Alright. With that decided, we all helped the villagers prepare for the festival, and once the effigy of the dragon god was complete, the sun was already down. Oh, yeah, that's right, because I wanted to be done really quickly because everything was exploding right at the end last week. I skipped this event and then just quit out without saving.
Didn't expect them to throw such a party before our departure. A far cry from our first night here in a cell.
I hear 'tis a festival in the dragon god's name, meant to ensure a safe sea voyage. In place of a lighthouse, their fire is kept burning until the morning.
Cool. Also, nice dragon statue?
Well,
is it made of wood or is it made of stone?
Practical and theoretical magna theory. Not as focused on the mechanicals as us mainlanders, but the land's far from barbaric. Their insights could rather improve the runner's design, you know? Ah, speaking of, I finished with the lance replica.
We're finally ready.
Woo! Grand, ain't it? Dell's all better, and we've got some choice souvenirs to bring back to Lord Luis.
We're not out of the woods yet. Don't be too quick to celebrate.
Hey, come on, lads, loosen up! It's a party! We've all earned a little fun.
And you? What's a sanctist fat cat like you doing getting all giddy over a pagan festival?
I have to laugh, don't I? You know, I thought the Crier's life had made me pretty knowledgeable about our world, but turns out most of what I knew was lies.
I muted myself on accident. Whoops. I didn't say anything until just now, so I'll just repeat what I was starting to say. It's crazy that Batlin started off as like a character that I was expecting to just be like a funny guy, and he is. But it's like, it's weird that he's getting character development. I literally did not expect him to be in Virga Islands. I still don't really know why he's here in the Virga Islands. Maybe we'll see later when he's in Montario.
Makes me think, maybe this is how my old father felt.
Crier a family trade, eh?
Imagine that.
The Crown Theocracy does love their hereditary titles. Yeah, my old man was a serious fella. More than me, that's for sure. He called out corruption where he saw it. Made him a pariah. But there you go. Yeah, I remember he once flat out suggested igniters were more dangerous than the Crown Theocracy was letting on. And there was that riot in the slums. Of course, the one started by that Parapus.
Oh.
The church dismissed it as paupers revolting over their conditions. But my old man, well, he said it wasn't a riot at all. Outright accused the Crown Theocracy of turning an innocent Parapus feral through horrific magic experiments.
What?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Heisme.
Who knows what really happened there? Either way, nobody took my father seriously. He was condemned as a liar, and he died young. Just the way it is, I suppose. People will always prefer their own feelings to the truth. Happiness is a luxury hard to come by otherwise.
I suppose that's why he's here on the Virga Islands. Well, it doesn't explain why he showed up on the Virga Islands, but...
Hard to care about the world after that. I was a poor excuse for a crier, if you ask me. Yet, here I am. It's beyond weird. Somehow, you lot have managed to make the world seem interesting again. I'm genuinely grateful, you know? Makes a man feel as if he owes you.
Hello, Raven.
You owe us nothing. Can't afford any rumors about you being biased in our favor, anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, though, you need anything, you've got me on your side. I'll do what I can.
That's incredible, actually.
For now, I'll catch a boat ride to Altabria ahead of you. Once this festival's over, it'll be farewell for the moment. So, Let's make this a bash to remember.
Yep, there he goes.
Now, time for some fun. Bring out the treats.
Ooh!
And those are?
What are they?
The fruit is called dragon's tears. They're quite precious. Their tree only bears once every few years.
Beyond delicious.
Wonderful. This again. Hulkenberg's tastes are a dubious metric at best.
Please, it's the rarest of harvests, and we would like to share it with you.
They are pretty. They don't look well, when I think about poisonous fruits in the real world, there's nothing naturally that brightly colored that's safe to eat. However, I think we can trust Yufa and the rest of the Mustari on this if it's considered a delicacy here, that it's not going to kill us. The juice bursts forth as soon as I put it in my mouth.
Sounds. I feel quite.
Right?
What's going on? There's something odd about the way those two are laughing.
Oh no, it's like alcohol. Oh no.
But he's crying. What is this fruit?
You see, in old long times ago, people ate this to reach a higher plane of existence and talk to the gods.
It's not alcohol. It's something else.
Ha. Yes, you certainly appear to have reached some higher state. Glad I passed. Phew. Finally back to normal. Well, that sure felt like a festival. Not that I'm complaining. Oh, and did you hear? The people of this island make a wish over that flame.
Do they now?
It's said that if you write your wish on a piece of paper, it'll bring you good luck. We don't often get to relax like this. So why don't you go there with someone?
You certainly have plenty of time. This is a rare opportunity. Who should I invite?
Have you decided on someone?
Oh no, Stroll. Is he okay? He's like passed out at the table. Excuse me, are you alright, friend?
Eesh.
My lord, what's in those dragon's tears? We've got Heisme babbling on and crying his eyes out. Then Hulkenberg and Yufa were having sword fights with my arms. This banquet has been memorable. Right, now seems as good a time as any to go make our wishes at the Dragon God statue.
All right.
You make your wish? I considered a few, but settled on wishing for our victory over Luis. It felt important enough. We'll have no second chance, after all. You really think about it? You realize how with each passing moment, any number of people out there in this country are making their own wishes for the future. Val is screaming, probably because somebody came home. I am gonna open the door and see if he wants to come into the room. I'll be right back. He's inside. Ugh. If you really think about it, you realize how with each passing moment any number of people out there in this country are making their own wishes for the future. And all those wishes, they're our responsibility too. I find that somewhat terrifying. I know the feeling. I think I know the feeling.
Huh?
You too, huh? You know, sometimes I have this dream. well, more of a nightmare. Luis gets the best of us. And we die. Ridiculous, isn't it? To be brought so low by a dream. Especially when all I've got to do is make sure it never comes true.
So?
What about you? Did you wish for something? For everyone's safety, because I care about them. Now, because I got out of my chair, I'm not as comfortable as I was before. Your wishes, they seem to come true. I felt that way since all the way back at the fort. But moving my microphone. There we go. Regardless, I have faith. In you, that is.
Hey!
Hey, did you two make your wishes? What'd you wish for?
Huh?
You're not supposed to tell anyone, you know.
For real?
Well, that's unfair. I bet you told Bubby. Oh, I see. Something not fit for a lady's ears, was it?
Huh?
Oh, come off it. If that's the impression I've given you, you're sorely mistaken. Tell her she's wrong, Bubby. And never mind that. Did you two notice? The brothers have been staring daggers at us since earlier. Seems like as good an opportunity as any. Might be time to go sweet talk them, As easy as that. She's so aware of her surroundings at all times. I suppose that's how she managed to sneak into Luis's good graces. I could never. I know I could never manage something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that even at a time like this, she has her guard up. It takes extraordinary self-discipline, and I admire her for it. Hard to tell what the Magnus brothers are thinking. Let's pray they don't catch on.
Right.
Oh, right. I found something interesting on the island. A fairly decent greatsword washed up right up on shore. I'm not sure if you'll find it useful, but I think it's best in your hands. Are you sure? You're sure you want to give it to me? Of course. It cleaned up rather nicely with a little elbow grease. I left it on the runner, so if you want, let's go have a look. Stroll gave me the gift, and we returned to the others.
Tell, you hear all that? What that cry was talking about?
Yeah. Sounded proper familiar to me.
It's easy to blame the Sanctus Church for the whole thing. But maybe not all of them were happy about it.
So they feigned ignorance when Hyasme was getting angry at them.
Makes you think. I remember St. Rella looked like her heart was breaking, seeing us at death's door. Maybe she knew what was going on. Del, what do we believe in, really? Are we absolutely positive that, you know, Count Luis's vision and ours have enough in common?
I thought we were done talking about this. He's the reason we got this far. A couple of Parapus orphans. Nobody else wants us. Nobody cares about us. We'd be nothing without Count Luis.
I know, Del, but he makes all them speeches about equality, but in the end, he's gonna leave the weak to die. I heard him talk about his ideal world, and it sounds like a world where we'd have died alone in the dirt. No Saint Rella to save us. Is that what we're fighting for?
Too late for that kind of talk, brother. Blood on our hands either way.
Hey! What are you two doing on your own? Come join the party! You'll miss the whole festival.
Lady Juna.
What's that look about? I know you're absolutely smitten with me, love, but you needn't be so tense about it.
Goodness.
Do you plan to kill Count Luis?
Oh my god, okay!
What are you talking about? He can't be killed anyway.
Lady Juna, I don't think your heart is with Count Luis anymore. Or maybe it never was. There's a side of you that you only show them. But us, starting to think we've never seen the real you.
Are you really so worried for Count Luis? He's the one who measures worth in power. So what would he think to hear you underestimating him?
Val.
So you don't actually work for Forden or nothing then? No ulterior motives?
Oh, we definitely don't work for Forden, that's for sure.
I've been with Count Luis since before the race even started, haven't I? Ever since he was stripped of command.
Hey, Del.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. That's my fault. But trust me on this. I promise I'll make sure this world's got more to give you two than despair.
Didn't answer the
With
question.
my own eyes.
Did not answer the question.
That lance gets past the king's magic. That means it can kill a candidate. They were testing it among themselves, and Lady Juna was right there with them.
I'm curious as to when you saw that.
You serious? How are we supposed to report that to Count Luis?
Don't worry, it's my own problem. I told you to leave the thinking to me.
You know, I really like Lady Juna's songs. And I like seeing you listening to her when you get the chance. You got arm around your heart, Del, and her music pierces it. I don't want to kill Lady Juna. And you don't either, Del. Do you?
Oh boy. So tonight's our last night on the island.
So?
Tomorrow's the big day, so let's make sure we're plenty rested. Yep, we got some new memorandum. Pagan Festival. A Virga Island festival praying for the safe voyage of ships. Originally marked the annual first day of fishing season. An effigy of the dragon god is lit aflame, serving as both an offering for the dragon god and a beacon for sailors in the night. These days, however, it's a tradition of more cultural significance than practical. Historically, danger has apparently befallen villagers who went to sea without holding the festival beforehand. The Dragon's Tear, a sacred fruit harvested only once every few years on Virga Island. Also called a phantom fruit, as it's never seen outside of the island. Many of its harvests are used in rituals to converse directly with gods, but it is also served on special occasions like festivals or to special guests. Their sugary, succulent juices and rich flavor make them quite a treat. It must be noted, however, that those who eat one tend to behave most unusually for a short period thereafter. Yeah. Alright, what's the new thing here? The truth of the Parapus riots, yeah. Batlin, a Sanctus Crier, revealed more about the Parapus-led riots. According to him, the riots began not of the Parapus' own volition, but instead were the result of madness caused by the magic igniter experiments run by the Sanctus Church in the shadow of the law. If true, then the Parapus would also be the victims in the incident. Ismay, who lost his son during the riots, was unaware of this information. Royal Magic, Protection, and Dueling. It was discovered that there is an exception to the protective magic that prohibits the forceful elimination of a top-ranking candidate. A duel, a battle in which both parties agree to fight after formally declaring their identities. With these conditions met, the protective magic is revoked, no matter the candidate's place in the ranking, which explains why we were able to hurt Glidell. I think I'll just go straight to sleep. Yes, I will rest. Hello.
Good night.
Hello, Val. You're very cute. Rest well.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I must say, I am sad to leave the island, if for no other reason than every meal here has been an utter delight. I'm almost certain you said the same thing when we left Brylehaven. And Martira. A new world of cuisine is but a few days away if you'll just be patient. Mind your tongue, Stroll. A few days is thrice as many meals.
Huh?
Wow, you really are taking this hard. Well, when you've said your goodbyes to the people and the food, meet at the Gauntlet Runner.
Hold on.
Do I need to buy anything before heading out?
Okay then.
When you're ready, everyone will be waiting for you at the Gauntlet Runner.
Grand dinner.
Oh, we're being given an opportunity to shop before we leave. Alright.
All right then. Go.
May as well just check the weapons first.
What have we got?
Now then.
Among other things. Oh yeah, that's right. Don't I have like a bunch of weapons to sell? Maybe not. Maybe I already sold them. No, I definitely have not sold them. Let me go down the line then. Alright, 1... Okay, that's 5. I have 6 people, but it's fine. So 5... 1, 2, 3, 4... I guess I don't need more than 4.
Now then.
Okay, so 4, 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5...
Now then.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now then.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see if I even need... Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I can just sell all of the Damascus daggers that I have. 64.
Now then.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5.
Now then.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Now armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now then.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Now then.
Most people seem to be wearing this, though. I think most classes have these, so maybe I should hang on to them more than anything else. Who knows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll sell this. I have 6 party members. I'll just... 5, no. Just sell one of these, and then... I don't need any of these. That's significantly worse than anything anybody else can equip. As is that.
Now then. Now then.
I really should be looking at the numbers, I think.
Now then.
Oof. Yeah.
Now then.
Nobody is those, so I can't really look for that, but... Yeah, I don't need 28 of those.
Now then.
So down to having 6. Just in case there's like a boss that poisons everybody and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with the poison at all. I don't think there's anything I can buy from either of them, though. Yeah. I guess just look at the item shop, see what I have in terms of consumables, because that's all that I'd really need money for. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. In we go.
Hey.
Do I have an item that needs appraising? Have I? Oh, I do. That one's pretty good. I don't know about the others. Okay, I have 33 spirit dust. I probably need a few more revival medicines. I don't really need anything else, I don't think. Alright.
Hello.
I didn't mean to talk to you. Where's the ladder? There it is. And then there's like another ladder. There's not another ladder.
What's it now?
I don't need the Hero's
Till
Leaf
next
of
time.
Life seed. How about you?
What'll it be?
Oh, it's you! Oh,
Wait.
it's you!
Weapons? No, my weapons is... Oh, what
now?
did I never get? Oh, I need rank 4 wisdom. I'll have to come back to that. I'll have to remember that. Rank 4 wisdom. Should be achievable soon.
Yes.
Okay, I don't need that. Scare the birds.
Beg pardon?
Aye.
And how are these guys still only selling?
Welcome.
Yeah, Morricone meat and white peach turnips and monster bones. I can buy 10 of each. May as well stock up a little bit. And now we meet up at the Gauntlet Runner.
Looks like the sea's settled somewhat. We've got a map of the Altaberry region too. I'd say we're set.
Now we can leave with our minds clear and pockets full, eh? Where are those brothers? Out on errands?
I say we just leave them behind.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Well, long as we've got a minute alone, let's go over our plan. As soon as we get to Altaberry, we give Luis the fake lance Nura's
If they
made up for us.
don't know, I'm gonna be real Stroll. I appreciate this little team meeting, but if we don't know where they are, why are we assuming they aren't somewhere on the runner?
While I hold on to the real one.
Then, on the eve of this divine relic dedication ceremony, we use the real lance to end this, once and for all. He doesn't know we've worked out its powers. We'll use that to our advantage. Juna, we'll need you to convince Luis to attend the eve of the festival.
Oh, I've been pestering him to do so for a while now. Don't want him spending the evening in his heavily fortified Skyrunner after all.
So where is the false lance in question?
Right here, ready to poke an eye out.
Oh wow, it really
What do you
is.
think? A dead ringer, eh?
Indeed.
Such detail. Even I can't tell them apart.
When we get to Altaberry, we'll pass off the fake to Luis. Then, we execute our plan.
Oh, by the way, I was talking with the Magnus brothers earlier. Think they might be onto us.
That's not good. We'll need to be more careful.
I say as we're not doing that at all.
Wait, footsteps. Speak of the devils. We'll need to hide the real lance.
You're late. We were about to leave you behind.
Right, all present and counted. Anchors away, what?
Aye aye, me hearties!
Yufa. Uh-oh. We're losing frames. Let me run a quick speed test and some other stuff. I'll be quick about it though.
What's wrong then? Is that not the customary exclamation of Salus? Mr. Butlin was very specific.
I wouldn't believe everything he says.
'Tis a strange melancholy, leaving the people we have so recently come to know.
We'll be back. With some fantastic tales to tell them, too.
Yes, certainly.
Oh, jeez.
This is Altaberry Heights. We'll make faster progress back on land.
That's still gonna take 3 days. Right? 1, 2... Yeah, we'll show up. Snow? Altaberry Heights, the capital of the Principality of Montario, a religious city surrounded by mountains. Ugh. Its central opera house hosts plays preaching sanctist morality. Oh boy. And then whatever that is. That's Malva.
Let us hurry.
Oh hey. And and then there's just a nice little path over there.
This place here.
What about this big mountainous area? I suppose we've never really gone farther north. There's some woods and all that over there. Yeah, this is all fairly empty, and this is all fairly empty. And then up here is empty as well. Cool map, actually, looking at it all zoomed out like this. But yes, let's go to Altaberry Heights. Here's Altaberry Heights. It's quite a ways. Think we'll make it in time? Without a problem. This fine wind will have us making landfall by the narrow. Or by the morrow. Wrong word. So the whole trip should be 2 nights with 3 days of travel.
Oh.
So I'll only have to endure 1 day of being rocked sick. Now there's a grim face if I ever saw one. Captain, for Stroll's sake, let us make haste.
Tally-ho then.
Full speed ahead to Altaberry Heights, capital of Montario. Take care you don't tumble overboard now.
With a new ally in tow, the Gauntlet Runner at last departs the island toward the eastern side of the inland sea. Their destination is the Principality of Montario. Its vast mountain crags, so different from the western terrain, can be seen clearly from the water. Their forthcoming task would be their greatest trial yet. They felt the tension rise in wordless silence.
Indeed.
2 more days until we reach Altaberry, I think. Well, at least on this journey, we don't have to worry about that sea monster anymore. Wisdom up. But we're on the water for today, so should I fish with Heisme?
What's this?
Ooh! Holistic whitefish platter. I can finally make that.
Let's check.
That's the dish Stroll wanted to make. Wait here, I'll go get him.
Hey.
Tell me, Sbubby, do you like fish dishes? Some people are repulsed by the smell of fish, but I say if you cook it well, that shouldn't be an issue.
Well...
And again, you seem like the type who enjoys just about anything. I began preparing the food with Stroll.
Is this right?
You have to ensure the heat is distributed evenly to its center, but if you take too much time with it, one side will be burnt to a crisp. Nicely done. It's almost there. Just look at that sear. Really adds to the appeal.
Speaking of...
I picked up some herbs from the market the other day. We used to harvest them a lot back in my hometown, because they smell great. Don't worry, I guarantee you'll like the taste. Amazing! We made a refreshing, mouth-watering dish. It's a holistic whitefish platter. Look how it glistens. Not half bad, I'd say. Yay! Now, I could meditate. Oh! You've added some books! How to walk outside the island. This appears to be a Mustari-authored travelogue and guide of lands outside the island. It's been thoroughly annotated by Yufa. I have yet to start reading it. Mustari's guide to life outside the island. It must be tough for them. If I read this book, I may gain more tolerance. Well, the book doesn't go anywhere, so I'll read it in a moment. I don't need high tolerance yet. I would like to get my wisdom to rank 4. So, we will hang out with Hulkenberg. Playing a game!
Alright. So that's your game.
I believe I see your intentions now. So in turn, I will. Hulkenberg used 2 pieces to flank me. My pieces are surrounded. You sought to pursue the enemy in front of you, and allowed yourself to be flanked by their allies as a result.
What should we do?
You are encircled by my pieces to both your left and right. While flanked, your chances for victory grow ever fainter. What is your next move? Withdraw?
Sure.
I guess I'll withdraw and regroup. Withdrawing is often a wise move, but it requires deft timing. 'Tis too late in this situation, as my pieces have already cut off your escape route. Perhaps not the wisest move. I still feel like my wisdom improved a little, though.
Alright.
Ugh! I tried.
So,
you are now fully aware of the importance of maintaining proper formations in battle, correct? Now then, make your next move. Yeah, it probably was spread out. Hulkenberg and I dueled on the board for a while.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at Cliffshade Camp just as the curtain of night descends on the wilderness. Ideal for their cover, it works both ways, as monsters and rogues alike await their victims in the shadows of the rocks. Only a Gauntlet Runner offers peace of mind against such dangers, a large reason why they are so sought after.
Indeed.
We should reach the city the day after tomorrow. I can feel the temperature dropping since we made landfall. Bet it'll be pretty cold in Altaberry. It's all imagination. I don't really need imagination. Is anybody doing anything different? Imagination, imagination. It's all imagination. We're very imaginative people. I'm gonna take a bath. No, I didn't. You know what? It's fine. I'll just use the bath salts later. I didn't mean to. Oh well.
Time
I have a lot of bath salts. It's kind of just wasted time.
Nearer.
I got Magla, but it was, I get Magla by basically just breathing in this game.
It would seem that...
We now stand among the mountains. I have long gazed at the peaks of Montario from the island. I never imagined I would see them this close. Altaberry remains cold year-round, so quite accordingly, its people have perfected the art of the piping hot stew. And it's home to the foremost opera house in the kingdom, as well. I suppose that will be the stage of our confrontation with Luis.
I guess.
Keep our hopes high. There are some tall mountains on the horizon.
So?
Let's make sure all our preparations are complete by tomorrow night.
What's this? What now?
What? What happened? Why am I pausing? Why am I not moving? When... Oh no.
What now?
Something's happening. My... Something in the Gauntlet Runner is making my... Hold on. let me... If I do 75%... Okay, I'm no longer frozen when the game's not paused. I don't know why that randomly happened, but maybe it's been that way, or maybe it just started up. I have no idea. Anyway. I can't make anything that I haven't already made before. Fully restores HP for all allies. I probably should just make...
Let's check.
The max amount of these.
Hey.
Okay.
All right then.
Wisdom, anyone? Anybody offering wisdom? Nope. Let's read that book then. This travelogue offers an introduction to cultures and customs outside Virga Island, told through the Mistari author's first-hand experience. It contains practical guides for things like creating an altar while traveling or making eye contact with unmasked people. These encapsulate some of the difficulties Mistari people face living outside the island. Yufa must have read and reread this thoroughly. The book is nearly in tatters. Living in a totally foreign culture sounds so difficult. And yet this author and Yufa are jumping right into it. Seeing their willingness to embrace other cultures and values increased my tolerance.
All right.
That is a lot of tolerance points. Wow. There's still more left to read in this book. I'll pick up from here next time.
Come look at this!
Ahoy! You lot aren't going to believe the view I'm seeing outside. I'm hitting the brakes.
The Gauntlet Runner makes a short stop in front of Colorodeo Cliff, a bluff so tremendous it fills one's vision. Its massive fissure is said to be the vestige of a god's wrath, as only a force capable of splitting heaven and earth could cause it. Perfectly balanced by the work of nature, or the wrath of gods extolled in the myths of creation, none can say.
Whoa.
Absolutely incredible. I've heard of sheer cliffs before, but I never imagined something like this. Indeed, falling off that precipice would be unfathomably terrifying. And exhilarating, I imagine. Makes me want to scream. I don't know why, but I suddenly want to scream out into this distance.
On guard!
Damned boar-faced Sanctus Scullions!
What?
Oi, what's gotten into you? My, that was rather pleasing. It's quite refreshing, you know, to pull your voice from the very bottom of your gut and yell in such a manner.
Speaking of...
I am reminded of the time you were all yelling before me. It was a rather terrible experience, I admit. But if I may, I would like to try my hand at this yelling.
Listen!
Never again shall I sleep in a roach-infested inn! I feel you.
Yes.
I'm with you there. How amusing. I would also like to try screaming as well. What's the matter? I fully intended to do it, but the words just won't come out at all, and Oh, this girl is just too charming. Never change, love. Well, does anybody else have something to yell about? I sense that gazing off of the cliff's edge and being filled with an unexplainable urge to scream has somehow broadened my wisdom. My wisdom?
All right.
By screaming over a cliff, I have become smarter. Yup.
As for me...
Oh, then I suppose it's old Nurse's turn. I've prepared a list of complaints that I wish I could recite to you all on a daily basis, and... rather chilly out here, isn't it? We should head back before we all catch a cold. Yes, we shouldn't allow ourselves to spend too much time on these distractions.
Bombs away!
But I must scream! As always, I've drawn this place. Here. Oh, ads are starting. Alright, Colidario cliff drawing. I'll keep Nereus's picture as a souvenir of our journey. And then I'll give it to Maria.
The Gauntlet Runner stops amidst rocky terrain as twilight envelops the wilderness in darkness. The twinkling lights are not all stars. Some are the eyes of monsters, peering through the dark. To await the dawn in comfort and peace is a privilege only the Gauntlet Runner can provide.
I love how they keep reiterating that. We'd be in a lot of trouble without a Gauntlet Runner at night. We've only got a limited amount of time left to enjoy these quiet moments. Once we get to Altabury, well, you know what's gonna happen. Memorandum. Colarodio Cliff. A section of coastal cliff between Virga Island and Montario. Though the precipitous chalk bluffs are breathtaking in their own right, the great horizontal fissure within this cliff, as if ripped from the land itself, is said to stir onlookers' hearts to sense the presence of some existence or entity beyond all mortal knowledge. A nursery tale familiar to all the kingdom's subjects explains that the crack was caused by the immense outpouring of power when God bestowed magic upon the lowly beasts we now know as tribesfolk. So that's what they're called? Because humans are the big monsters. They're just called tribesfolk? Oh my god. Anyway, it's more imagination. So I think I'm gonna...
Alright then.
properly use my bath salts this time. Well, I could also just read the book again.
Alright then.
But I can only take a bath at night. Hell's boiling bath bomb. Endurance +2. Let's go.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Tis nearly time.
'Tis only a ways further until we reach Altabury. The city is likely abuzz with activity related to Saint's Day. I wonder if Luis is already there. Sooner or later, we have to hand Drakodios over to him. Drakodios. One must wonder what the brothers will tell him of our time on the island. I hope they will leave out any unnecessary details.
Got it?
We just have to stand tall and be confident. If you have to tell a lie, look them straight in the eye and say every word like you truly believe it.
Alright then.
Tonight, we'll deliver the lance to Luis.
Got a sec?
This'll be the last time we'll be able to relax for a while. Once we arrive, we'll be jumping right into it. I can't blame you for feeling nervous. After all, we know what's coming. Yeah? What can I make? Obviously nothing new, but... attack power one time. For 30 seconds, defeat enemies in the field with a single... Well, I wish I knew that.
Alright.
I didn't read the description for that.
Hello?
That's really good. I've made it before, though, so I skipped the interaction. Oh, wisdom! Hello, Hulkenberg!
You see?
This game possesses a wide menagerie of pieces, each defined by unique strengths and weaknesses. Allow me to demonstrate. Hulkenberg activated a unit with a magic igniter. My piece, a foot soldier, was unable to retaliate and was defeated. Magic's reach extends further than the blade of a sword. Pieces carelessly placed are destined to meet a hasty and ignoble end.
What should we do?
Imagine a squadron. Oh no, squadron is in the Senate. Give me a second. Imagine a situation in which your opponent deploys an entire squadron of magic igniter users. What units would you send to meet them? Why, archery unit.
That means...
My archers can engage them from afar.
'Tis true.
What, was I supposed to choose horses? Bows can match the range of igniter, but 'twill be a war of attrition, as your own forces will surely suffer heavy losses, even if they are victorious in the end. Perhaps not the wisest move, but I still feel like my wisdom increased. Oh, just barely.
Wisdom.
'Tis one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, fill thyself with the knowledge to discern truth from falsehood.
Why, that's...
A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed.
Well then.
Now that you've familiarized yourself with each of your soldiers' aptitudes, it is time you made your next move. Hulkenberg and I dueled out on the board for a while.
Nura speaking.
Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna... It's doing its thing, but it's not doing it all at once consistently. I just keep looking over at the frames. This is Nurus. I've got something on the old girl's radar, so we'll be taking a short stop.
Before Altabury's mountains, the Gauntlet Runner sets upon the murky graveyard. The colossal bridges overhead are an impressive sight. During the Annex War, this land was a fierce battleground. Many soldiers, unable to return to their loved ones, found their final rest here. But few honor the dead. Their spirits take no solace. Their tragic remains are desecrated by wild dogs, leaving their bones exposed to the elements.
Oh dear. Murky graveyard.
Just look at it!
Whoa, these bridges are huge! 'Tis an area defined by its numerous valleys. The bridges connect the flatlands and increase the amount of places in which people may live. Ah, that makes sense. But if these bridges were to fall in battle, those people would end up isolated.
Hey!
Yes, all very fascinating, but have you looked at what's directly in front of you? Those are the bones of people, aren't they? They are the remains of those who fell during the Annex War. This was the site of a fierce battle, and the dead were left to the elements, denied the dignity of a proper burial. This land is tragic. War is tragic. We shouldn't disrespect the fallen here.
Yeah.
Indeed. I can't bear to think of something on this scale happening again. It brings me no pleasure to see it, yet 'tis valuable to experience the cold reality of battle beyond the legends and tales of valor. Carve this memory into your hearts. That is why the magla that drifts about this place carries such an impressive weight. I can feel the sadness and regret of those whose lives came to an end here. I feel as though my wisdom has deepened after considering those who found their eternal rest here.
Alright.
Well, you see, I've already got it to rank 4, but I'll take the... I mean, I still need to get more. Max is 5. I still gotta get there. Probably want to prioritize tolerance and eloquence for a little bit.
Hey!
Something wrong, Nurus. Your face has gone blue. Are you scared? Perhaps this place scares you, Nurus. My powers of imagination are more robust than most. Why, Nurus, I'm surprised you put any stock in scary stories. You're a more gentle soul than I gave you credit for. Too true, too true. Before all else, I am a delicate flower.
Well then,
Shall we make a quiet departure so as not to rouse the dead?
That's my fault.
I'm sorry to have made such a fuss. I would like to give those who died a proper send-off, and drew this with that in mind. Murky graveyard drawing. I don't know if I would want to give that to Maria, but I'll take this with me so that I don't forget the people whose lives came to an end here.
Altabury Heights, capital of the Principality of Montario, the eastmost country annexed into the Kingdom of Uchronia. The mountain path leading to the city begins near the coastline, but few gauntlet runners can contend against its steep slope. Those who complete the arduous climb are rewarded. City lights, dusted with snow, twinkle beautifully in the valley. But what awaits the party there is no reward, but their greatest trial thus far. The hour of reckoning draws near, and they steel themselves anew.
-5 degrees Celsius. Ugh. Ah!
The seat of Sanctism, Altabury. Truly, I never thought I would see it in person. What is that giant structure?
The monolith. In Sanctus Scripture, they tell of how the stone was shaped by God's own hand.
It's afloat. I'd only heard rumors that it didn't touch the ground, but to see it now.
Are we finally moving again?
Just another trip for our songstress.
We're here at last.
A monolith, huh? We decided to present Luis with Drakodios, Lance of the Dragon God, aboard his gauntlet runner, the Caradrius. Sure, everything visible now again? Alright. Let's hope he doesn't find out that Lance is a fake.
Well done. So this is the Lance of Legend, is it?
Yep.
I am called Euphrasia, priestess of the island. For personal reasons, I have joined them on their journey.
You do not detest me?
I owe my life to them, and I understand they operate under your guidance.
Indeed. I had heard you were able to obtain the lance without incurring the islanders' hatred. Quite a feat, now that I know it to be true. Well done. At last, it seems that even fate has abandoned Fortin. Thanks to you, I was spared the effort of sifting through ashes to find this.
Oh no.
If the islanders could not be persuaded, my next course would have been to raise their village to the ground. The Caradrius' batteries would make that a fairly simple task.
I don't think Basilio's gonna like that.
What?
Why are you surprised?
Man, they must have really good poker faces, because I feel like one of them at least would be upset about that news.
At times, sacrifice is necessary to save the many. Was that not the exact reasoning by which your countrymen would have seen you die?
You're...
Have the lance brought to my chamber later. Thank you for your hard work in spite of your wound. Take care of yourselves. Now we need only to wait until tomorrow for the Saints' Day festival.
The whole event will be held over 2 days at the Opera House.
The first day is the eve of the festival, and I'm scheduled to sing.
Oh man.
Hope you're looking forward to it.
Well, game can't be that short, but...
Main festivities start on the 2nd day. That's when all these divine relics will be dedicated and sealed. It's aimed at proving beyond a doubt that Sanctism is the highest authority.
All kind of daft though, isn't it? If they were that confident in their scriptures, you'd think they wouldn't have to bother with all that.
They didn't see the ruins, though, so they don't know about the old world.
This is where Fortin dies. He and Sanctism itself. At the very least, it's worth giving him a memorable end.
Lord Luis, I do hope you'll come and watch me sing this time. We missed you at the opening ceremony. If you're not there, it'll hardly be worth it.
You needn't worry. Having come all this way, it would be a waste not to show.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm off to check out the Opera House. Want to make sure everything's shipshape for my solo, of course. The rest is up to you.
You have all performed admirably. You exceeded my every expectation. Soon, Forden's reign will come crashing down. From this point onward, I would have you forfeit the competition and dedicate yourself fully to my campaign.
Understood.
For now, rest your wings a while. Tomorrow's festivities will be a grand show indeed.
Ugh. We're definitely not going to be friends with Louise.
It seems the land's past muster. Eurus is a peerless craftsman, if not else.
Yufa, are you okay?
He would have destroyed my home. How could he suggest such carnage with not a shade of guilt? I was sure that deep down, all people are inherently good at heart. But now, you made it sound like you were bound to kill him at any cost. And now I understand why.
I see. Then let's get back on track and go find ourselves an inn. You've got more supporters now. I dare say we'll find better lodging than we could before.
Oh boy.
I wouldn't be so sure. This city's in the palm of Forden's hand, and we're the ones who humiliated him during the exhibition.
All the same, we're about to do something big. To be honest, I'll take anywhere, so long as I can stretch out.
It's cold.
It's cold.
Yeah, I'm freezing my wings off.
Then why don't we look for an inn run by a Mustari?
I thought this city was the seat of the church.
In times before the church, it's said many diverse faiths and teachings took root in this city. That's why Montario is the only mainland nation that trades with the islands.
Indeed. My grandfather often said that until his generation, the only prominent building of the Sanctus Church was that opera house. Though the prevailing story now, of course, is that Sanctism reclaimed this land from malevolent pagans.
Either way, I'm certain there should be quite a few Mustari who feign conversion and live in seclusion.
If one of these Mustarians really exists, it may work in our favor. Let's look for it.
Yes! Where would it be? Oh yeah.
Speaking of...
And we haven't seen any of the other competitors because they didn't... Obviously, they wouldn't be on Virga Island. There was nothing there for them, in essence. If it is a Mustari-owned inn we seek, then I know of one in the center of town. 'Tis called Skyward Tavern. I recall it being rather pleasant, with very little that would point to its Mustari roots.
Certainly.
It was on Diafranco Street, if I'm not mistaken. So cold. At least Hulkenberg is in her element. Can we get going before we freeze, though?
Well met, eh?
Oh, memorandum. Montario Opera House. An opera house built long ago in Montario's capital of Altaberry, mostly reserved for special sanctus functions. The theater's unorthodox structure is born of being carved out of a cave from the foot of the rocky mountain below the monolith. Famed for its opulent grandeur, it boasted the highest guest capacity in the kingdom until the building of the regolith Grand Cathedral. Murky Graveyard. A mass grave stretching beneath a bridge connecting to Altaberry. Tens of thousands of casualties of the annexed war rest there, and in the middle stands a giant memorial monument. The grave was made to mourn for the many who could not be buried above ground. Lack of flat land. But it has since been ravaged by wild dogs and monsters. Piles of bleached bones, now exposed to the elements, can be seen from the bridge above. Altaberry Heights, the capital of the Principality of Montario, deep in the snowy mountains. Originally a small, empty plateau, most of the city's modern-day structure was developed through workers' labor. The lower level in particular was developed over the last century, and features a vast bridge over a deep ravine. The city's distant grandeur among the misty peaks, when viewed from the foot of the mountain, has earned it the occasional nickname of the City in the Sky, said to be the birthplace of Sanctism. It is home to a mysterious towering stone called the Monolith, and the entire city is renowned as a holy land. The Saints' Day Festival takes place here every autumn, with some worshippers making long cross-kingdom pilgrimages to attend. And then nature. We've got the Monolith. A massive, naturally levitating rock at the highest point of elevation in the heart of Altabury. Said to be a rock shaped by God's own hands, the mysterious site was proclaimed sacred ground by the Sanctus Church. It is theorized that it levitates because of a large magma crystal vein in the nearby land, but the church's designation prevents scholars from approaching, so the surrounding geology has never been researched to full understanding. Are we gonna learn about levitating stones and that's how we're gonna... No, because he wants to do it with wings. I'm talking about the Gauntlet Runner achieving flight.
What in the blazes?
Oh, Christ.
Oh, hey! You're a candidate.
Yes.
Rudolph. Not in my wildest imaginings did I believe you'd survive long enough to meet me here in Altabury. In all honesty, I'm shocked you made it past the exhibition. Nevertheless, you'll be sorry to know I've acquired my offering relic as well. Such a spectacular offering will surely astound citizens and candidates alike. You're okay, Val.
Hang on. That's the one from the exhibition.
Say there.
And we still don't know what's up with that. Like, the people that are clearly poisoned or some sort of state of not death, but not life by Magla.
Right.
I could talk to the guy to get my stone offerings.
You there?
Came to see the King's Rock.
Let's see.
Nope, the order hasn't changed at all since we saw it last. But I got 12,000 Magla because I haven't been able to see the rock.
I'll take the crown now.
We'll go up this way.
You're not serious.
Hello there.
Yeah, amazing.
Well, there's more. And there's Loveless. Hi there, Loveless. You've taken over this tavern, haven't you?
You little...
Oh, look who decided to turn up. You've got some nerve showing that mug in front of me.
Huh?
Oh, what? Did we do something to you? Oh, playing the fool, are we? I see your game. But what's good for the goose is good for the... I'll settle the score with you shortly.
Oh.
Maybe he has had one too many. We'll let him be for now.
Welcome. Wait. A band of youths with a knight and a Ujief. Are you perhaps the candidate who brought Joanna the Sanctoress to confess?
One glance and you knew. Listen, we just...
I don't care if you did the deed or not, but please take your business elsewhere. I'm sorry, but I have my own reputation to think about.
You follow Sanctism's teachings?
You? A Mustari who wears no mask?
I'm Euphausia. I'm the priestess of Verga. No, of Edria.
The priestess? Impossible. The island priestess would never leave the village behind.
I have my reasons, but I wish to see the outside world that I might better protect our island. I have no proof, but...
You would raise another tribe to the throne.
'Tis a longer story than we've time to tell. We only wish to avoid a tyrant's reign. Yet 'tis not from our own ambition that I speak so. The throne belongs to one truly worthy.
But if you insist, we will leave.
It's just... You look so like the priestess before you, I can't just turn you away. Fine. You can stay here, as long as you don't make trouble for me.
Heck yeah.
Thank you. I suppose it is easier to understand each other without the masks in the way.
Not all of us mainland Mystari hate the Sanctus Church. We'd rather preserve the peace we have. And, well, it's a sorry excuse for an innkeep who turns away travelers.
Thank you. We're in your debt.
All right. Comfortable space to sleep. Oh my god.
Oh, look, they've got food and booze here too. And it's so much cooler, which means fewer bugs. Perfect.
Yeah, what the? Holy shit. This is a nice inn.
It seems they have an imitation of the island spring here. We can bathe. I should invite Juno when she's back.
Bathe? You'd be mad to hope a hot spring replica could take the edge off this chill.
Cold or not, there's nothing more refreshing than bathing. Would you care to join us?
I should think not. For reasons too numerous to count.
Why?
Anyway, strategy meeting. Let's get on with it.
So we seek to assassinate Luis. A difficult task. But you look to have an idea. Let's have it.
First, the when. Under normal circumstances, we'd want to get him on the move. Maybe walking through a crowd while he's got less guards. That would be the plan. But unfortunately, that'd only work if he was someone with common sense. Someone without combat ability. Or someone who'd want to avoid collateral damage. And that isn't Luis. Worst case, he uses civilians as shields while more of his personal guard catch up. And things go sideways before we can get it done.
But once he's inside the Opera House, he'll have a security detail at his beck and call. Even if we can sneak in, getting to him.
If we can't target him in transit, and we've practically zero chance of getting close to him, that leaves us with only one option.
We're gonna throw the lance. Okay. I like how that's actually a suggestion, but I think it's to join the personal guard.
We join his personal guard ourselves?
I considered that, but it might be tricky.
No!
We can't guarantee he'd allow it, and besides...
The real lance is overflowing with magla. It would be a dangerous gamble to keep it on hand. That sort of power is easily noticed.
We do throw the lance.
We attack from a distance.
Exactly.
A bow and arrow isn't gonna do much good, right? It needs to be the lance.
Of course. So, what if we threw the lance? Pierced him through from a distance?
It's just so funny to me that I said it as a joke, and because it was the first selection, that means that it was the correct one. Throw it like a javelin.
Yufa, as the priestess, you can command the lance to return to you if it's far away, right?
You would have me use that power in reverse to cast it out instead.
According to Juna, the ceiling of the Opera House has a chandelier big enough to support a person. From above, we'll target Luis in the royal box seats.
You realize the entire audience is below that lighting? A stunt like that would get us noticed instantly. Wait, are you suggesting we do this during the show?
Luis will be distracted. It's the best opportunity we could ask for. Besides, with Yufa there, we can even recover the lance easily.
He must have drawn it from the bottom up, because his little example drawing, we're almost at, like, eye level with him. I think he would notice us.
Hold a moment. I would need to launch it like an arrow. Such distance and such speed would require incredible focus. I don't think I could do it while aiming.
Then just concentrate on the sheer mental force of it. Someone else can take over the role of actually throwing.
This gambit is sounding more far-fetched by the moment. But we also can't afford to wait for another opportunity.
There is no other opportunity. Luis intends to kill Forden during the festival. That means if we do nothing, the fake will be exposed, and so will we.
Indeed. Once our betrayal is made plain, we will never find a way to draw close to him again. This will likely be our first and last opportunity.
But who's actually going to do the throwing?
I'd rather leave it to you. With the royal magic protecting you, it's less likely that we'll fail this, even with interference. And besides, laugh if you like. I know it sounds silly, but I really do believe you have the power to change fate itself.
Indeed. Everyone here knows that firsthand.
I feel the same. If I can trust you to do it, then I should be able to do my part as well.
All right.
Will you do it, Captain?
All right.
All right. I'll do it.
Thanks. We owe you. On the day of, Juna will be at the venue ahead of us. We'll have her open the service entrance, and we'll infiltrate from there.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I want you to lure Luis's guards outside and cause a commotion while he's making the throw. I'm sure the Magnus brothers will be guarding the place too.
But if they're in, like, if they might be onto us, then they may not be fooled by that.
Hulkenberg and I will secure the exit route in advance. Luis is a formidable foe. But we've overcome plenty of obstacles. Let's believe in the strength that got us this far. We can do this.
Don't worry about it.
I know there's a lot weighing on your mind right now, but let's just try to get some rest and prepare for tomorrow. It'll get even colder at night, so try not to get sick. I see. Well, I need to mess with some stuff. Okay. The fact that the lance passed muster is a testament to Neuros's skill. Sometimes the man can achieve truly amazing things. Even now, he's holed up in the runner, working away, tuning something or other with usual vigor, I don't doubt. He has his quirks, to be sure, but there can be no mistaking that he's a great credit to our endeavors.
At last.
Tomorrow is finally Saint's Day. Luis will show his face, and with the real lance, we'll... Don't worry, I'm prepared to do what we must. The man must be stopped. That was my first time seeing snow, and it was so cold I shivered. What a sensation. Oh, right. Juna's going to meet with us later tonight because she's got so many things to do behind the scenes. Bubby, you go ahead and rest up. You've got a big role to play tomorrow yourself, after all.
Huh.
So, this is Altabaria. Colder climates tend to inspire stronger drinks amongst its people. But all that can wait until after our business is finished. Once we've trounced Luis, I can think of no better celebration than a good stiff drink. There are so many people who work for him, though, who will also be unhappy that he's dead.
Good night.
It's risky. Rest well. Yeah, these two are gonna be... I don't know if they're plotting something or if they're gonna... I don't know. They're both very on the fence about everything right now, but they've not really... I don't know.
What's wrong, Del? You've been quiet for a while now.
That lance they handed over, you think it's real? Can't say for certain, but I didn't feel any magla flowing through it. Can't see it exactly, but... how do I explain it?
I know what you mean, though.
The Mustari got them third eyes that can see magla, right? Hard to believe they'd worship that thing as a relic.
Then maybe... you think they made some kind of fake? Even in that short time on the island?
Shite. How'd they? Either way, we have to tell Lord Luis.
No need. He'll have noticed by now, most likely. Not like they're any real threat to him anyway.
Most likely? That good enough for you, brother?
Yeah, they're both flip-flopping. They're both so unsure.
Del, you remember they talked all that helping anyone in need? Something like that, anyway. Seemed proper daft at first. Seemed naive to act like that kind of thinking could actually fix all the broken, cruel, unjust shite in the world.
That's because it can't.
Well, yeah, obviously, but... What was it we actually wanted in the first place? Equality? Or justice? This lot's working towards a future, and God help me, I started seeing it. Maybe what they're fighting for is something better than what Lord...
That's enough, Baz. Joke or not, you'll get yourself killed.
But them lot even helped you out a few times, Del. That really impressed me, like... I don't know how to say it, but... It was like a feeling I haven't felt since we started working for the Count.
You know Lord Luis plans to take Forden out during the Saints' Day festival. Neither of us can afford to get distracted right now.
Suppose you're right. Things are about to get messy.
So that is the side they serve. Let us teach them that even the best laid plans will go awry. Whether Forden's or our fallen kings.
Who is talking to him?
It was splendid entertainment while it lasted. However, the revelry ends here.
Time marches on,
Who
and the age of a new
is talking
king
to him,
draws
and what
nearer.
did they... Oh no. Is it... Rella? Oh god, I hope not. She was such a nice lady, and she's Juno's sister.
The Saints' Day festivities in Alderbury will be kicking off very soon.
I don't think it's a party member, though. I don't think this is one of those where it's like, oh, one of them's not on our side. It's like, who would it be? With that build, it's only 2 people, and I don't believe either of them.
On the eve of the festival, we'll be holding a dedication ceremony. On the church's authority, we'll be offering the gathered divine relics to God. And it sounds like the candidates had a tough time this go-around. Lots of new info coming in, even as I speak. From candidate Rudolph, a legendary nail, thought lost to history. From candidate Julian, can you believe it? Cloth garb said to have been worn by a saint. We've got artifacts of all kinds pulled from obscurity into the public eye. Archaeologists everywhere are positively vibrating, folks. But the news on everyone's lips is the announcement of Count Luis's unofficial participation.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, a candidate working under Luis has reportedly acquired a phenomenal divine relic from a mysterious and exotic island. Meanwhile, candidate Forden, too, may have claimed what is said to be the most glorious relic in history. Will we finally see a head-to-head competition between our top candidates? Only the coming days will tell. So Luis has finally made his move. Won't take him that long to catch up, I bet.
Yes, but I also can't imagine Sanctifex Forden losing.
We're about to see a clash of giants. This will be no minor bout, that's for certain.
It's the only person who has information on Forden's movements and our own is Rella. That's my logic. There's literally nothing else that would give it away. It's just the first person I thought was it could very well be Rella. Oh, I would hate it if it was Nearest, but I highly doubt.
First, infiltration. Juna's got full rights to be in the venue, so she'll unlock the service door for us to sneak in.
When it's time, I'll call the guards outside. That'll be your window to sneak in.
Gallica, you, and Yufa. You 3 will head to the rooftop, where you'll get down to the chandelier.
When I start my solo on stage, the lights will dim. That should be enough cover to hide whatever you're doing.
Don't worry, I'll be with you.
As for us, it's just as I explained last night. Luis said destroying Yufa's home would have been a necessary sacrifice. Like mine. If power's all he thinks will change the world, then we'll use power to stop him.
Should we fail, though we may survive the ordeal, we will have no more leads to pursue. This will surely mark our final mission.
You know, I've been trying to keep from dwelling, but I can't help but think of Grius. Sorry to bring that up now.
Even I have my fears. But let us remember him only by his truest wish.
We'll make sure this succeeds. For a world without tyrants.
Well, see you at the show.
So begins our last mission, then. Let's get whatever we need to prepare and head over to the Opera House.
Oh boy.
Right.
We'll finally settle the score with Louise.
It'll be okay.
It'll be fine. I know you'll be able to do it. The Opera House is located at the highest point in the city. It'll just be you and Yufa in there. So make sure you both are geared up for anything.
Oi. Now what am I to do?
Okay.
All right then.
Oh. It's not really an... Oh no, there it is. Upper Blue Sky Bridge.
Oi! Ta!
Yeah, amazing.
Hello there.
How grand. How grand.
Right, let's make our way up.
That's not what I expected.
Oi, oi! Wonderful.
Opera House.
Oh, closure.
Let's go in. We're not just gonna waltz in the front door, are we? There should be a service door nearby. Once the time comes, it'll be up to Juna to do something about the guards by the service entrance. Oh, we gotta find a service entrance. Oh, that shouldn't be too hard.
Well, hello. Indeed, 'tis not so bad.
Okay. Oh, I see where there might be one. There's a ramp down here.
Hello there.
Didn't they tell you at Blue Sky Bridge? Only those with permits are allowed on this road. We're expanding the road to support the passage of gauntlet runners, which means you'll be able to cross as soon as construction is finished. Mind you, that could take a few years. But that's gotta be it, right? Or is it somewhere else? Hold on, I want to find this on my own. I don't want to talk to a guy.
Wonderful.
Oh no, there's a dude right there. I just should have noticed him.
Check this out.
This here's the service entrance. Juna's supposed to do something about the guards before the night of the performance. Want to wait until then? Let's wait. Ready to do this? Here on, it'll just be you, me, and Yufa. We won't be able to contact the others. Make sure equipment is where you want it before we set out. Need to make any changes? Give me a minute.
What now?
The general is not who I want to be. If it's just me and Yufa, I should probably do the Magic Seeker.
The freedom of a wanderer.
As for my inheritance... Yeah, Battlecry works, but I should probably have... Maybe Megiddo? And then only Yufa will be with us, so... Magic Circle works. Magic Circle works. Okay.
Well now, what are we...
At last.
First off,
I should have spoken to him.
Well now,
Hey, what are you staring at? You don't have any business with the service door, do you? Oh, I see. You were hoping to catch a glimpse of one of the celebrities, huh? Believe me, I'd love to meet Lady Juna myself, but security is very tight, you know. Don't you think putting vicious guard dogs backstage is a bit too much? They're being paranoid, if you ask me.
At last.
That's kind of scary to hear. Juna should be able to take care of this guy easily. You should go get ready for tonight. Let's wait. Ready to do this? From here on, it'll be just you, me, and Yufa. We won't be able to contact the others. Make sure your equipment is where you want it before we set out. Need to make any changes? Nope, I'm ready to go. We're ready to go as we are. Alright, then let's follow the plan and wait here. Oh boy.
Got it.
Alright, the guards have left their post. Juna has done her job admirably.
Onward.
And she has unlocked the service entrance for us as well. Let us enter and remain unseen. Oh boy.
Alright.
Infiltration successful.
So...
This way should lead backstage. From there, we climb to the roof and then atop the chandelier.
Yes.
I am en route to the auditorium just on the other side. I'll have to lure those brothers out somehow.
So?
Stroll and I will secure an exit route with all speed.
Yeah.
Split up from here. Let's all do our parts and regroup. Good luck.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Oh boy! Alright, let's start the operation. We need to get up on that chandelier and be in position before Juna finishes singing.
I'm sure of it.
And to get on that chandelier, we'll need to first reach the roof. That's right. Juna laid it out for us. Oh my goodness. We head backstage and we should be able to go up from there.
Time to go!
Understood. Let us be on our way then.
First,
we need to get behind the stage. There should be a door near the back.
Why is this
Goodness. So many rooms.
Ridiculous.
But this is like a dungeon.
look.
Here's the door leading backstage. We should be able to access the roof from in there. But what's up with this guy standing in front of the door muttering something?
Oh.
Has something happened, do you think? Bollocks, did I drop it somewhere?
Hey!
Hey, is something wrong? Oh no, it's just... It seems I dropped my key somewhere, so now I can't open this door. And of all times, it has to be when we're busy beyond belief. Guess I'll have to go get the spare. He left. And now we've got a locked door to deal with.
Actually...
That man works here, I suppose. And he dropped his key. So finding it will get our plan back on track. Let's scour the area.
If so...
We might also ask the patrons about the key. In such a crowd, someone is bound to have seen it.
Then...
You're not serious.
Oh my.
I heard from that roguish crier. Did you really go all the way to the Pagan Islands for a divine relic? This crier said you found something amazing on the island, but he's just spinning tall tales, isn't he? Or was there?
Speaking of which...
I've heard the rumors about you. They say you killed the sea monster outside Brylehaven, which means the head His Eminence brought to the exhibition was fake. Huh. Henelda spitting in the church's face. You're an interesting fellow. I don't know how word got out about that.
Say...
The monk army seems to be on high alert today. They've even brought guard dogs along. Perhaps it was because Louise is here. But the royal magic would prevent any sort of assassination, would it not? Okay. None of these people so far... It's not here either. Damn, where did I drop it? How important could it be if he dropped it?
Why is this happening?
Seems like a string of some sort.
Honestly.
We maybe can't go around picking up every little thing on a mission to assassinate an autocrat. Well, perhaps it will prove useful. Let us hold on to it for the moment.
Why is this happening?
His Eminence Forden is of course a fine candidate, but it's Professor Julian in the end who's most fit to be king. He appeared to obtain a divine relic with no trouble at all. Yet despite this, he remains unpopular. It's curious. I suppose it indicates just how unintelligent the masses truly are. Tragic. We need an enlightened ruler, as Professor Julian says. I have not heard of this man. I need that tooth so I can shine. When did it fall out? Egad, what a disaster. His tooth fell out? Must be nearby then, right?
Whoa, isn't that something?
I hear His Eminence Forden has acquired a magnificent divine relic. With that, his victory is all but assured. Perhaps, but I've no doubt Louise has something up his sleeve. To achieve such success at his age, we can't count him out. That's the entrance, but look at that Elder candidate. What's one of Luis's dogs doing here? Master Godot's monk army is guarding the opera house, so don't go getting any funny ideas. This place is absolutely littered with lost items today. I guess it's no surprise with all these people here. I've got lots to do, so I can't go pick up each and every one. If you find something, it'd be a big help if you could return it to its owner.
Say there.
What am I to
What a
do?
rotten luck. My shoelace has to break now of all times. The Crown Theocracy officials have already gathered, but I can hardly tend to them with my shoelace like this.
I'm sure of it.
That's right. We picked up a string earlier, did we not? Perhaps she could make use of it.
Closure, eh?
Use this? Well, I suppose it could be a shoelace replacement. Thank you. I wish I had a more proper reward for you, but I don't. Still, this cake's famous here. And tasty, I promise. Ooh!
Oh, yeah?
Normally I'd be all over that cake, but this tension has sapped my appetite.
That gives me
These
an
divine
idea.
relics are mostly junk, are they not? What strange people the pagans are, valuing things like that. They will surely see reason once His Eminence seals the relics away. Discarding those warped teachings and converting to sanctism is the only path. It appears to be a silver necklace.
What's this?
Oh, that's a nice necklace. It might be important.
What if?
I imagine it belongs to someone around here. And you?
What is it?
Do you have business with me? I'll have you know that I'll not be swayed by an elder candidate. I proudly support Rudolph and his vision of Ressant rule. Besides, wouldn't you say there's something rather alluring about such a severe man? Okay. Seems like a small gold tooth. A gold tooth? How did something like that end up on the floor? Our search is yielding more peculiar items than keys. Well, that's fine. We need to give the tooth to the guy over here, and the silver necklace probably belongs to the guy facing the wall. What's up with you? The Saints' Day Festival is held once a year, on the day God descends to the monolith. A feast is held to welcome him, and we offer our most intimate prayers. This opera house was built specifically for Saints' Day, in fact. Now, come, renounce your allegiance to Lord Luis and pray— or not to Lord Luis, she wouldn't say Lord. Renounce your allegiance to Luis and pray with us. God even forgives filthy elders like you. Closure, eh? Wow. I'm positively hideous without my tooth. This is a disaster.
That reminds me.
Didn't we pick up a golden tooth earlier? Can't imagine it belongs to anyone else. I handed over the golden tooth.
Thank you very much.
Oh, my tooth! You spied my distress and sought to rectify it, didn't you? I'm saved! Now I can socialize without appearing to be some gap-toothed yokel. Thanks, take this key. I picked it up in the corridor earlier. But I couldn't risk telling the attendant with a gap in my teeth. Can you imagine? May get a reward if you return it. No, and don't worry about me. I'm fine now my smile can shine. Ha ha ha!
Is this perhaps?
Hey, this is the key we've been looking for, yes? We found it. I feel like our reward seemed more like errands, but all's well that ends well, I guess. Let's go try this key out. But the necklace! I want to give the necklace to the guy! He's not gone, is he?
Ridiculous.
No! I can't give the necklace! No!
I've done it now.
How long does it take to change? The play's going to start soon.
Actually,
Something the matter? You seem rather troubled. That dancer won't leave the dressing room. I left my script in there. I need it back. I wonder what's going on in the dressing room.
Pardon?
You know Sanctifex Fortum's divine relic? Apparently Master Godot harassed some pagans to get it for him. Whoa, mind your word choice there. It originally belonged to the church, so he got them to return it, is all. Oui. Curious. Ads are gonna start playing, though, so I'm gonna take a quick break, so that way
What now?
nothing gets interrupted for the people who have to watch the ads. Appears to be locked. What again? Really, I'm sorry, I'm a bit occupied. I can't find my precious necklace. I've searched everywhere and I still can't find it. I suppose it's possible I dropped it in the hallway.
say,
Have you seen a silver necklace? I lost it and it's really important to me.
what if?
The necklace we picked up. Perhaps it's theirs? Let's check with them. Oh, okay, I handed over the silver necklace. Oh, this is it! You found it! Thank you so much. My beloved gave me this necklace. We're unable to see each other right now. In any case, I want to give you a reward. How about this? An exclusive preview of the Saints Day play script. And there you go. I handed over the theater script. You caught it for me. I'm saved. I don't have much to give as thanks, but please take this. Thank you.
Fun.
So what on earth? Where is, like, cake? What do I do with this cake? Lord Milo's participating in Saints' Day this year. Oh, how I've longed to gaze upon his divine features once more. My father told me to support his eminence, but I don't care what he says. My feelings for Lord Milo are a tide that cannot be stopped. Okay.
Why is this happening?
Speaking of...
The monks were not pleased to hear about Luis coming to the festival today, I can tell you that. What in blazes is he here for, I wonder? Whatever it is, I hope it ends peacefully. Yeah, about that.
Ridiculous.
Guess I still haven't found the thing he's missing?
Say,
My word, did you hear the rumor about Lady Juna? She was spotted leaving Louise's gauntlet runner. The country's top songstress shocking up Louise. Wow, get it, girl. Oh my god. It appears to be locked. Nothing to be said.
That damned Louise.
Ugh, I'm starving. I've been so busy preparing, I haven't eaten since lunch.
Hey.
Why don't we give her that cake we just got? I think we'll be too focused on the mission to eat it anyway. Handed over the Altaberry cake.
Oh my.
Oh my, is this one of Altaberry's famous confections? You'll give it to me? Well, I'll not spurn your kindness. But before I eat, I must return the favor. Ah, I know, I found something earlier that might be amusing. Unopened love letter. Here, I think it's a love letter. I didn't open it, but perhaps some scandalous details await within. Tee.
What would you care to do?
It's a love letter, so no peeking. Hopefully we can find the owner. There we go! Damn, where did I drop it? How could I lose a precious letter like that?
What if?
Perhaps he's referring to the letter we just received. Let's show it to him. I handed over the unopened love letter.
You've really helped me out of a jam.
You found my letter for me. I'm so relieved. I can't thank you enough. It's a marriage proposal. I wrote it for a certain woman, but truth be told, perhaps it's best I forget about it.
What?
Wait, you're not going to give her the letter? Why? My family is newly of rank and supports Louise. She's a dancer at the opera, and a follower of Sanctism. You see, don't you? As long as Forden and Louise are at odds, our marriage will never be allowed anyway.
Much gratitude to you.
I'm sorry, I rather went on too long. Truly, I'm grateful you returned it, so please take this as my thanks. Ooh! I dream of the day I can give her this letter. I hope she waits for me until that time comes.
It's okay.
I'll be able to get married once the prince takes the throne.
What now?
How reassuring! I want to look at that. That was pink. It wasn't the gleaming crystal, it was Herald's banner, a mysterious banner that boosts the morale of those who stand on the front lines. While in the front row, increases attack. Really now? That's pretty cool. But anyway, we progress. I used the rear entrance key.
Yay!
It is open. We can finally proceed.
Ready?
This goes backstage, where we should be able to reach the roof. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, let's take a peek inside first. Carefully, so we don't get caught.
Check this out.
Look at that curtain. We should be able to go backstage from there. And I guess it makes sense that there are guards. Not many of them, though. Should we just push through?
No.
It would be a great risk. If we draw attention here, we'll not shake it easily. You have a point. I wish we had a surefire plan for this.
What?
Huh?
What?
Why is it so dark all of a sudden? What's happening? What's wrong with the lights? It couldn't happen at a worse time. We can't have this ruining the Saints' Day festivities.
So apparently...
That takes care of that.
What?
Stroll? So the lights. I asked Tolkenberg to do it. They won't be in the dark forever, so get moving while you can.
That was a great help.
Thank you.
Got it?
Once the exit route is secured, Hulkenberg and I will regroup with you. Rest is up to you, Bobby.
Let's go.
Let's sneak through while the lights are out. Follow me.
The future is uncertain.
What? The backstage passage lights are out?
That is...
Yes, it was just reported. We've already fixed the issue, but we can't figure out how it happened. Either a simple accident or... I believe I charged you with the security of the venue. I presume everything is in order. Rest assured, Your Eminence. I will have it investigated immediately.
Understood?
Increase security. Call in reserves, too. You can't be too careful. Not even the rats get through. Hello, Batlin.
Yes.
Yes, sir, as you wish.
Good grief.
Hair's getting a bit thick in here. The bigwigs seem to have a lot on their hands keeping order.
Now then.
Well, I suppose that's my cue. What are you doing?
Now!
And now, at long last, we come to the highlight of the festival. The dedication ceremony for the divine relics will begin very soon.
Take a look.
Gathered here are the only competitors fierce enough to have survived the first round and gotten their hands on a relic.
At last.
I hear cheering. Sounds like it's getting underway. I'll probably have some official do a preamble for a while. Then they'll start the actual dedication. Juna's set to sing after that. We'll need to be on the chandelier by then.
Got a sec?
If we get into any fights, they'll target Yufa first, since you're protected by the royal magic. Make sure you keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
We have to be smart about this. The plan won't work without you or Yufa.
Let's hurry.
Alright, let's move. There are indeed enemies. Look, they have guard dogs backstage. Security looks pretty tight.
Come on! Yeah, all right. How's that? Come on!
They're only level 20.
Let's push through.
Let's take it. We may yet find use.
We made short work of them.
Who's there?
Someone's back here. You, aren't you that elder candidate? We got caught right away. Now we've got no choice but to force our way through. Must have been you who cut off the lights. Dogs of Luis. You won't wreck Saint's Day on my watch. Careful, the royal magic protects him, but he will surrender if we kill his allies. Aim for the Mustari girl.
Watch out!
So we're doing it this way. If Yuva falls, the mission fails. Be careful. What, I can't revive her?
Magic Seeker! Scour!
Expose
Take my fullest power.
It is your turn!
Last.
I've done
Witness the power of sanctism. Take this. I won't
That
lose.
did almost nothing. Goodbye. Oh, no.
I can do this. Come forth now.
To him, I return.
Yay, we've done it.
Let's open this chest. Why it's in here, I don't know, but I'll take it. An emerald. How nice.
Hey, you found something.
Indeed I did. The path splits here, but both ways seem to go upward. A fight with some guards or murder a bunch of dogs?
Gangway!
Cat! Come on, let's push through!
Hello. There are a lot of ladders. Which one should we climb? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Also, hello.
All right.
Prevents frostbite. Interesting.
I don't won't see anything.
I see the end.
What a fortunate find.
Oh.
If it's useful, I say.
There they are. All right. Come on. All right.
I knew
How's
you
that?
could do it.
Really? Interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
That must be a fairly new feature then.
That should come in handy. Pocket it.
What do you think you're doing?
Yeah. What poor excuses for intruders. You wandered right up to us. Never thought I'd see the day. He's protected by the royal magic, remember? No matter, Master Godot will still appreciate us bringing him in alive.
I want to say...
It seems you leave us no choice but to fight. I am sorry, but we will not lose. Such bluster from a pagan wench. You get the honor of being killed first, then. Well. How rude. Sure, Megiddo, why not? Wow, that almost killed him.
Here I go.
Oh, you're weak to... Oh, but that does... Eagle Lion may just kill him. Rocketry's just cheaper and will hit all of them. Oh, because it's heavy. Right. I'm not gonna take the risk.
I return.
Get these fights done quickly.
What is it?
No, it's okay that the path is a dead end.
We found something.
I have an opera cape. I want to collect everything. I know it's like tedious to do so, but I do want to collect everything.
Great find.
Magic incense. See, that was worth it. Yeah, usually if you wanted to rewind a live stream while it was going, you would... Oh no, this is progress. Oh, there's twos. I can't really see what's beyond the other one. Oh, I guess the other way would be more dogs, which I think would be easier to deal with. But yeah, usually what you would do is you'd have to like go to the person's channel and then select videos and then click on the live stream, in which then it would be like... You would have like a player head up to where it was live at that point of you selecting it, and you could rewind it.
Right there.
From the beginning. So it's not like you couldn't do that before, but they've made it a feature that didn't require you to do a bunch of steps in order for it to be possible.
Let's do it.
Rooftop door is up ahead. Just gotta take care of the guards.
What?
What the? Where'd you come from? Did you defeat the guards below? Actually, I bypassed most of them. Sorry, we don't have time. Let us through or we'll make you. Take not one step further. The Theocracy's monk army will be respected. The Elder is a candidate. He will be shielded by the royal magic, so aim for the Mastari girl first.
We can make short work of them.
You've come too far to fall here. Let's go, Zbubby. Indeed. Oh, no synthesis available. That might actually not be a good thing. I may want to swap my gear to be something that she can...
Forward!
Also, I just realized I'm in the back row for some reason. I should not be in the back row.
This is it! I will usher you to his side.
I must concentrate. I can do this.
That should kill.
All remains.
Oh, no, one's still alive.
This is God's judgment!
Oh no, she's weak to ice!
Take this!
Trivial.
She's not weak to wind, though. Goodbye.
Yeah!
That takes care of all the guards. Let's head for the roof. That's just a chalice.
Well, now this is unbelievable! Sanctifex Forden's relic appears to be a colossal chalice. I'm told it's believed to be an ancient artifact called a Holy Grail. Truly, a relic to put all others to shame.
The pagans looted this from the church's vaults in antiquity. God, in his omniscience, is said to have imbued it with his essence, giving it the power to make wishes come true.
And how did such a glorious relic come into your hands?
We simply preached his holy works and spread the teachings. Mutual dialogue was what won the day. Through guided prayer, anyone can be saved, and we may see God's blessing in all things.
Just incredible! But if anyone could do it, it's Sanctifex Forden!
I think it's obvious who Thrin is.
I suppose that marks His Eminence Forden as the sole winner. Even to an amateur's eye, no other relic could compete.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Sanctifex Forden! Now, continuing on.
Wait, Forden was last to present? That's not right. We've not seen Luis yet, or the island team.
Is there an issue?
No. I think we're finally having a show end without incident. After all, these were originally Sanctus relics anyway.
Well, it looks like that's all the divine relics our candidates found across the land. The top-ranking faces will be announced during tomorrow's festivities.
I just realized what's in the background behind him. That's the piggy bank from from Persona 5! And on his, I guess his left, on the right of the screen though, is the, I don't remember, but it's a Shin Megami Tensei. I know what it is, I don't remember its name. But in Shin Megami Tensei 4, the Black Samurai wears that helmet.
And now, it is my distinct honor to present a one-act opera for a Saint's Eve to remember. Please, join me in welcoming the diva herself, Juna, for a performance of the opera's opening piece. Ladies and gents, enjoy!
Well, Luis, rumor has it you found yourself quite a relic. Then why are you so reluctant to present it? No matter. The race's outcome is beyond your meddling now. Victory is mine.
Oh, jeez. He made it to the roof. Just in time.
Let's hurry.
We can get down to the chandelier from that building. Hurry.
Finally.
Oh, boy. Holy Grail, a divine relic resembling a chalice, brought by Forden himself as an offering for Saint's Day. A sizable item, instantly recognizable from a distance. It does not seem intended to be held in the hand as a normal cup would be. An inscription on the base reads, "A terrible and forbidden chalice which deceives the human heart to rule and control them." Who could say what this means? I thought it looked familiar, but I was like, there's already the bank. But that's it's also, this is fucking, the Holy Grail is the final boss. Persona 5. Anyway, I want to look at my archetype details real quick. With my synthesis skills. Seeker, Mage, Thief, Knight, Healer, Commander, Warrior, Brawler, Berserker, Gunner, Mass Dancer, Berserker. So, is there an archetype that I could have equipped that has fusion with... Oh, yeah. Okay, so Boatona, Heavy Magic Fire, or Heavy Fire, don't know if I need that. Hellfire Dance. Oh, one-time weakness to fire. Free Juggling. Megidola? That might not be that bad. Vorpal Blade and Phantom Swordsman. I don't know. I think I may stick with Magic Seeker. I definitely don't want to be a healer. I need something that does damage. Hammer of Justice. Fortune slots. And then, yeah, Mage, Mass Dancer, Summoner, Summon Dragon God, which we don't need. Myriad Shots, okay. I think I'll stick with the Seeker, even though I won't be able to use Synthesis on my end.
We're here. I think we can get down onto that massive chandelier hanging from the ceiling.
All right.
Our escape route is secure. We should be able to flee undetected.
Good. Everything's going according to plan so far. But time's running out. From here on, it's all up to him.
All will be fine.
Yeah?
Okay. It's finally time to end this.
I'm a little afraid as to how exactly this is going to go about.
Juna's song is about to start.
From my fingertip flies a butterfly, how it pines for the moon up high. Fire calls its name, fly to the flame, burning as free as it can be.
Oh, jeez. There he is.
Out there, deep and dark in the valley mist.
Focus. You can only get one shot at this.
Fearing in my soul what I can't control. I can't close my eyes to the sunrise. From the shadow of the dark, fingers brush my neck with a remark.
Oh, jeez. Why is your vision blurring, dude? You've got this. Holy shit, I'm stressed out. Please, you're actually stressing me out. Oh my god!
We got him! Right?
The lance! Hurry!
Oh no, it's not working, is it?
What's going on? Is there something blocking it?
Ladies and gentlemen, what an honor! That was our kingdom's lovely songstress, Juna. Moving right along.
Oh, jeez.
It didn't work. Come back.
Ah!
Hail.
Is it done? The lance should have hit him, but we can't get it back.
Taking that
There's
into
some
account.
sort of interference. Luis is doing, no doubt.
Ludicrous.
The lance struck true, yes? Is he slain or not? We can't be sure.
True.
It was certainly dark. And since the lance hasn't returned, we can't make a clear judgment. No use thinking on it now. We've done all that we can.
Hey.
For the moment, at least. Now let's get out of here. The longer we stick around, the worse it'll be.
Hurry!
Oh, jeez. Oh my god, Heisme.
Why do you dawdle? Did you get him?
We do not know why, but the lance.
Should we withdraw to retrieve it? Or make our escape?
Lost a lance? Perhaps it's this one. At last your allegiance is laid bare. And if this lance wounded me, then I take it the one you provided me was a mere imitation. If you know what the lance is capable of, then surely you understand the situation. Your last hope is gone.
Ah!
No.
It seems a shame to kill you, but I'm afraid you've gone too far. I have no intention of surrendering, nor of wavering in my convictions. That being said, you truly have impressed me. I will allow you some final words, if you have any.
Say it!
I see your performance has come to an end, Juna.
Yes, the curtain falls. I'm no longer your songbird to keep caged.
So, you too stood with them.
Come on. He's ready to listen, so say it. You know there's something he needs to hear.
Juna is staring fiercely, prompting my words. Lance has fallen into Luis's hands. We no longer have a means to counter his attack. But there's still hope. If we're to even these odds, there's only one thing I can say. I challenge you to a duel.
Luis, I challenge you to a duel.
Ah, the very words I was waiting for. You really have done your research. In truth, I intended from the start to entertain such a challenge. I confess it's been a long time. Perhaps a real contest is what I've craved. This competition is little more than child's play.
He is bloodied. He did get hit, it just didn't do fatal damage.
So be it. It has been a long time indeed since anyone drew my blood. I will end your life with my own hands.
Then it's to be a direct confrontation after all. As though it was fate all along.
A duel makes the king's magic powerless, which means this trinket is no longer necessary. Then state your name. How do you declare yourself?
He who will save this country.
I am the hero, the savior of this country.
You would save it, would you? I hope that dream does not end in futility. My name is Luis Guiaburn. I am the rightful king, he who will forge anew this unworthy country into a utopia. Attack in any number, wield any weapons. But fight with your very lives. If you live by a creed, show me its strength.
All right. So me, obviously. Do I want to do Stroll, Huckenberg, and Yufa? Juno might be the better play, but Yuffie has really strong skills. I'll do this. I'll do this. Sorry, Heisme. Yes.
Go ahead. Have at me. An attempt on the life of Louis Squeerburn is a folly most cannot afford.
Even Louise can't fight at full strength after that direct lance wound.
We've come this far. Let's fight with all we have, Captain.
Your tyranny ends here.
Luis, I will make an end of you here.
I should expect no less by a duel's code.
So be it. Allow me to even the score.
This is our mission. We'll see justice
Come on,
done.
help me
Here
out.
and now.
Watch me!
Raging fire!
Alright, sure. Alright, it's scripted, it's scripted, there's no way, but that was really funny.
Darkness!
This is the power said to belong. I must concentrate. There's another. I can do this. Come forth now.
Give me your aid!
Skyfall Bolt? Severe electric damage to one enemy. Okay, let me save for that.
Something else.
Are you prepared?
First, though, let me check to make sure that Kendara will actually work on you. Okay, good, it does.
This is strength! I strike to kill! Come, accept my challenge.
You've got a bunch of ailments slowing
This
you
is
down,
just
Captain.
what I need. Let's keep cool.
I knew you'd help. Let's stay calm. We're looking good here.
This is the power said to belong to a priestess.
I'm not gonna have 3 turn icons. So what I should do is...
After you.
This may
Let's
be your
make an
only
end of it.
chance to kill me.
I'll at least do
I leave it
this.
to you.
The power of lightning! Bear witness! I strike to kill! I strike to kill!
Nice one,
Nice
Captain.
try!
This might be a good strategy.
You hesitate.
Vitus power.
What's wrong?
Shroud.
Not hesitating.
I'd rather refrain.
Uni, give
for
me
now.
your aid!
Take this!
I'm counting on you.
You will taste justice! Tougher than I thought.
Woo!
This is strength! I strike to kill! I strike to kill!
Please, after you.
Magic Seeker. Darkness. A tough one.
I shall do my after you.
Do it again!
I leave it to you.
It did nearly 2,000 damage, of course
is
I
it.
want to use it again.
They die hard! Bear witness! I strike to kill!
Okay.
I strike!
Should probably do a normal turn, though.
I strike to
Whoa, nice dodge. You've got some fancy footwork, Stroll.
I call upon a royal soul. How's this?
Thanks. The Magic Seeker. Shroud. Still up?
Take my fullest power. Heed me.
Okay.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Now I call upon royal power within. Oh,
Heal
healing light.
everyone!
That helped.
That was helpful. Thank you.
This is strength! Come, accept my challenge.
So heavy.
I strike to kill! Come, accept my
My
challenge.
strength.
Yufa, we gotta show you about all those ailments.
Okay.
Watch yourself.
There we go. I don't think this is the end of the game, obviously, but...
I underestimated you.
Woo!
Okay. I'll strive for greater heights.
Alright. Ah!
Lord Luis, do not interfere! Oh. You falter even now. Not enough, I'm afraid.
Oh my goodness.
A fine blow. You've surprised me. But why? Why are you so intent on killing me?
You of all people should know the answer.
I see now. You were the intruders looking for the formula, I take it. And yet, you have achieved nothing.
What do you mean?
Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh!
Did we do it?
Lord Luis?
At long last, 'tis done. We have brought him to justice. The great, untouchable traitor, Luis Guillaburn, is dead.
Apologies. Things fell apart at the end, and I wasn't thinking straight.
Even so, the outcome is the same. We could not have triumphed without everyone here.
Wait! It's good that we got him and all, but the lance...
Yes! It went down with him!
This looks dire. He's fallen in the middle of the stage.
If Forden spies Luis's body run through with the lance, he'll realize its power in an instant.
Even should we save the prince, we'll regret it if Forden ends up with the lance. Yufa, can you call it up?
No. Too late for that. It's already in the middle of the crowd. If we call it up and take it with no explanation, everyone will think us thieves.
Then what do you propose?
First, we need to establish that the lance is ours. Our offering for the ceremony. We'll have to take the stage and announce that ourselves.
Please wait. Do we reveal that we are the ones who slew Luis? Can we afford to declare that openly? We'd be telling your supporters you deceived them and your master both.
She's right. The audience has no idea what's going on. We'll just look like the bad guys.
It's okay. We set out to kill Luis, and the deed is done. Our only failure is in the spectacle we made of it. For now, we need to think of a way to get the audience to see our side.
You want to win their sympathy? What are you even planning to say?
I don't know, but we have to get on stage, now. If we don't explain ourselves fast, we'll never get a chance to.
Wait a minute! Hey!
I know that face. Was that Louise? Someone go and see to him. Is he truly dead?
Allow me.
Wait, that voice?
Lord Louis, no. He's dead. He's gone.
Your Eminence, this was found off-stage. Judging by his wounds, this must have been the murder weapon.
The lance? Is this the divine relic he sent his subordinates after?
His eyes are sightless. His heart beats no more. The man is dead, without question.
You're absolutely certain?
Somebody spoke to Luis. Somebody spoke to Luis before the ceremony.
I checked him thrice over. There can be no more doubt.
Luis? Dead? And that can only mean this lance can pierce the barrier of the king's magic.
I apologize for the grotesque display interrupting tonight's performance. We are tardy in arrival, but the lance you hold is our offering to the ceremony.
What? You claim this lance? You mean to say you were the ones who did the deed?
It is as you say.
Yes. It is as you say.
God above! How do you justify this?
Years ago, Luis ordered my hometown destroyed. Hulkenberg, our ally before you, was herself a royal guard in service to his late highness. Even the songstress, Juna, aided us on several occasions. Above all else, we are a group who came together to try Luis for his crimes. Traitor and Kingslayer both. And to do that, we had to enter his company. We took no joy in disguising our true intentions, not from your eminence, nor the people. But today, finally, we have seen justice done. Luis has paid for his sins. And at last, at long last, my parents can rest in peace.
I had not realized you were such an actor. Or do you truly weep?
It's just hitting me now. We finally won.
Now, everyone, let's have a little composure, please.
That explains why the songstress was so often with Luis.
Oh man.
As well as these brave misfits.
I just also watched Basilio and Fidelio walk off stage from the right. But, you know, he ordered to not send aid. So even though he didn't really outright say that he ordered to have the village destroyed, he did tell Stroll to his face, "Thanks for being a part of that village. Sorry about your folks, but I needed them all to die in order to prove my point." To which that's essentially just saying he ordered it to be destroyed.
I understand. It all makes sense now. I had wondered why a member of the Prince's own guard would fall in with Luis. You have done well to execute the rebel. I am sure that His late Majesty and His Highness must be pleased. And of course, the Sanctus Church recognizes your divine relic. Now we shall greet tomorrow's festivities with fresh peace in our hearts.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
You must be the Lady Hulkenberg. The day His Highness was attacked, I heard you fought harder than any other. Your blade even struck the back of the blackguard who did it. Of all his defenders, you came closest to avenging the prince. But where you faltered then, you triumphed today. In form and heart, you are a true knight. Is something the matter?
Oh, no. You honor me greatly, Your Eminence.
Now, this lance. The Sanctus Church will confiscate it for now. A lance capable of killing the tournament's candidates would only sow panic and chaos.
Yes. As you wish. We brought it as an offering anyway.
Indeed. You may step down now.
Oof.
Think you can just walk away, do ya? You owe us a moment or three.
Yeah, I had a feeling they weren't gonna be happy. Oh my god, our popularity rank went up! I finally defeated my arch nemesis, Luis. This should break the prince's curse. I'm getting the feeling that it won't.
So you lot were working against us from the start. And you right along with them, Lady Juna.
What was your motive? Why did you kill Lord Luis?
If this was truly a matter of justice and not simply petty revenge, then we owe it to them to explain why we have taken their guiding force. They deserve that much. Captain, do you not agree?
It's time for the truth.
All right. It's time for the truth.
I am sorry if I'm overstepping my mark. I know I'm but the latest to become your ally, but...
No, you speak the truth. We have sought to save the rightful heir to the throne, to break the curse afflicting His Highness the Prince.
What's that? The prince? He's dead, mate. Wait, he is dead, isn't he?
He's dead, all right. You lot will need a better story than that if you don't want to get cut open where you stand.
He had to be declared dead in order to protect him. Though he lives, he is bedridden, cursed by magic.
And the only way left to undo that curse was to kill Luis.
Those of us who wanted the prince restored formed a secret faction. And I was a spy in its service, trying to find out if we had any option beyond murder.
I cannot expect you to understand all this immediately. However...
You did this for the prince! His father, the king, was a coward! Puppet of Forden! It was because of him that this country rotted from the inside. And for his son! For his bloody, useless corpse of a son! What made you think his life was worth more than Count Luis?
Worth more? I thought you two hated when people tell you any life weighs more than another.
I myself have never met His Highness, nor do I know what sort of person he is. But I want to see the future these people believe in.
Despite our many differences of tribe and status, we still banded together. Through them, I saw the possibility of a world united.
Besides, when Luis talked about burning down my island, I thought I saw the shock and despair on your faces too.
Look, you two. Was Luis really a master worth your trust? I think it's worth listening to your hearts now. Even the doubts. I know we'd be happy to have you.
Hold a moment. These two were Luis's right-hand men. I would advise against this.
No, their hearts are as loyal as any of ours. They but served another master.
Lady Juna... I guess you really were watching out for us. More than we ever knew. I couldn't protect Basilio when it mattered most. They put him through so much for their sudden igniter experiments, and now protecting him's all I've got.
Del.
Maybe it is time to step back. Get away from this bloody business. I guess this was all it took. Count Luis gave us a dream to fight for, but... I suppose it was the kind that don't feel right after you wake.
They did have a lot of on-screen discussions about the uncertainty of what they were doing.
So, we're drifters now. Maybe we'll open up that restaurant after all, eh? We'll see you around, Lady Juna.
Look, I'm not the smart one, you lot know that, so I don't know whether to punch you or thank you. I've never been this confused in all my life. Damn it, I just don't get it. Damn it. Oh, Del, wait! Don't you wander off like that? You mean all that about the restaurant, yeah?
Never could say what you were feeling. I'm sorry this was all I could do.
Ah, Captain, let us tarry no more. We must check His Highness's condition.
Yes, you're right! That should have lifted the curse!
But he said that it was in vain. Yeah.
What's going on? The cursed thorns haven't disappeared.
But the caster is dead. Forden and his guard were sure to check Luis's body.
Calm down, everyone. We don't want to yell about this in public. Let's go back to the inn for now.
His Highness still suffers under the curse. But Luis is dead. I cannot fathom it.
Maybe we killed a fake. Like his body double. Or something.
No. There's no way that wasn't Luis. We couldn't fight him in person and still be mistaken.
Somebody that person that showed up either falsified him being dead, or...
And Luis would have nothing to gain from his death, surely. After all, it put the lance in Forden's hands.
Man, I don't know. And ads are about to start playing.
Knowing all
that,
might the curse have been cast by someone else entirely?
But that would mean we killed an innocent person, wouldn't it?
That bastard was no innocent. He destroyed my home. He murdered the king. And...
True enough, old boy. But that's not why we were out to kill the chap, eh?
He said it himself. That killing him accomplished nothing. Was it really true?
Yet he had the formula for the curse in his possession. Surely that marks his guilt?
Even so, there remains a modicum of doubt in the matter. Perhaps Luis was researching the curse for another reason. If he was framed, it is possible he aimed to clear his name.
When we saw the formula, Rilla did say it was only an outline, likely jotted from memory. So that could mean this wasn't a formula to begin with, just Luis's scratch work. Proof that he was looking for a way to prove his innocence.
But if it wasn't Luis, who else could have...
That night, His Highness the Prince was already fleeing when I arrived at the scene. I encountered the assailant as I sought to protect His Highness. I pursued and slashed across their back.
Right. I remember Forden mentioned something about that. Is there anything else you can remember?
Fie! No, I can recall nothing else. No other clues. Yet... no. 'Tis odd. I believe this is the first time I have recounted the particulars to anyone. I told the investigators only that I failed to capture the culprit. The shame of my failure kept me silent on the rest.
Forden had details that he wasn't supposed to have.
What? But just earlier, Forden said...
Yes, he told a story that none but the culprit could attest to. How does Forden know?
Is Forden behind all of this?
Could Forden be the one behind all of this?
I have no evidence to say otherwise.
You do realize he's the sanctifex of the entire Dashed Sanctus Church?
Nay, but that does not make it impossible. It wasn't long after the prince's passing that His Majesty named Sanctism the state religion. If not for the matter concerning the king's magic, Forden's claim to the throne would have been unshakable.
Sounds like motive enough to want the prince gone.
We have to find out, even if it's remotely possible. Let's question Forden in person at the main festival tomorrow.
We'll need that divine lance back, too. It's not something we want in Forden's hands, especially now.
Hey, I'm going to go talk to my sister. She's bound to be somewhere in the city for the Saints' Day festivities.
Luis was not a good person all the same, though.
Sister, I should explain. All that fuss today was...
Is it safe for you to come to such a public place?
What? No, it's fine. It's not like we caused a riot or anything. We even explained ourselves to Forden's satisfaction. Actually,
That's not what I meant. You're the songstress, remember?
Ah, yes. Suppose you're right.
I know we talked before about the loophole in the King's protective magic, but I never thought you would be the one to strike Luis down. And that lance you presented, I take it that's why you went to Virga Island.
We didn't mean for it to be such a spectacle. It didn't exactly go according to plan. But at least we kept a tyrant off the throne.
And that's why I was wondering if I could ask you something. About Sanctifex Vorden. What kind of man he really is.
Because, well, now that Luis is out of the picture, we know who's got the best chance. A man as powerful as him, well, you know how it is. You hear all kinds of nasty rumors swirling about. I'm just wondering if there's any truth to them.
Tuna, are you seriously trying to dig up dirt on Sanctifex Vorden? On Saint's Day of all days?
Oh, loosen up a bit. You can't deny that people talk, and God knows they always have. Especially about the night of the attack. Asking how anyone could sneak into the castle, let alone get to the prince. Whether some official ordered the assassination. Remember when those rumors started? Father was on edge for days. I remember even when I hadn't said anything, he'd scold me and send me away. I don't suppose you ever heard if there was any truth to that. Sorry. I don't mean to dance around it so...
Yeah.
It's just not an easy thing to ask about. I was talking with one of our allies, Hulkenberg. She said Vorden mentioned something he couldn't have known, unless he was actually there, the night of the attack. Unlikely as it is, if it turns out Vorden was involved, she won't suffer him being crowned. She'll be out for vengeance. And you're the eldest daughter of House Cygnus, a Sanctist family. The people would see you as an accomplice to a man who had a hand in killing the royals. I couldn't bear to let that happen. You don't deserve that. I need to know the truth.
Then, suppose His Eminence Vorden were guilty of such sin. What would you do with him? With the Sanctist Church?
What do you mean?
Well, I was but a girl of only 12 years. I knew nothing about the inner workings of the crown theocracy.
Sister? What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm fine. If a tad overworked. All these new developments and tragic events. I'm just run a little ragged, that's all.
Sister.
I'll be fine. Really. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. If I am to be the people's saint, I must be strong enough to play the part. Maybe I'll hold off on the harder drinks today, just to be safe. It's been a long time since we could spend some simple time together like this. It's like we're just two sisters visiting Montario for the holiday. I'll see you again soon.
You didn't answer the question. Juna's smarter than that, Rella. She knows something's weird about what you just did. It seems Juna wasn't able to get much from Rella.
About that.
If Rella won't talk, then we'll have no choice but to pry the truth out of Vorden tomorrow.
Let's rest.
I'm sure you've got lots on your mind, but I can tell that you're tired. Let's just rest up and get ready for tomorrow. Oof. He murdered Luis, but the prince's curse is unbroken. He went through so much to get here. I can't help but feel conflicted. And to make things worse, Rella seems to be hiding something. She's never been a very good liar. Could Vorden truly have killed His Highness? If the attack was by his hand, we must have our answers from him, no matter the means. The true culprit behind the curse must be brought to justice, and fast. His Highness's life is at stake. We've finally taken down our greatest foe, yet it seems we can't celebrate just yet. I was naive to think taking down Luis would solve our problems.
That's Luis.
Luis was by no means an innocent man. But we've still killed someone we shouldn't have. It's not so much that I feel guilty, but I have a sense of foreboding. I hope it's only my imagination. Forden, that cur. I'd long believed the church was not as pristine as it seemed, as it presented, but this... If he truly was the man behind the attack, we must reclaim the spear, and swiftly. Ugh. Should I call it a day and settle in for the night? Yes.
Good night.
Rest well.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now, let's get this year's Saints' Day Festival of Montario underway. We will begin with a few words from His Eminence, Sanctifex Forden.
Why are Basilio and Fidelio in the side stage again? What are you doing back there, you two?
Looks like Drakodios hasn't left his side.
I know why we're in the side wings, but...
Today is a day of great celebration. A day to offer up our thanks to God. But first, an announcement. Luis is dead. The royal family's murderer has been put to justice. Now much of the kingdom's trust lies with me. Even this king-defying lance is safe in my hands. I would not see further bloodshed in endless, futile conflict. Is it not past time for reconciliation and open dialogue as a newly forged nation?
He's talking as if the race is already over. What about deciding the winner?
All but a formality now, isn't it? His Eminence has the overwhelming majority on his side. Better to establish peace now and crown Sanctifex Forden.
No. He would end the tournament here and now.
So he's just going to call the race while he's ahead? How convenient.
But the throne's decided by the king, not this tournament.
Forden only had to abide by that when he had Luis to compete with. If he ends this while he's this far ahead, we won't be able to reverse it.
Oi! The game's not over yet, you cocky bastard!
We only seek to submit to the will of the people. Though you would be wise to quit the race with all speed.
Forden for the throne! Then we will finally have peace!
Hail His Majesty Forden! Long live His Majesty Forden!
Damn him. The people already believe him the victor. Tournament won or no, his dominance will soon be unshakable.
Let's go. We reclaim the lance, now!
Now? Are you out of your mind?
If he's going to keep it close to hand, we'll never have a chance to swap it out. We'll have to take it by force.
It's too dangerous!
Isn't it too dangerous?
Better we risk danger than inaction. If we miss this chance, we may never get another.
Ah!
So you were after this lance all along? Loyalists indeed. How many more candidates must die by your hand?
His smuggler is horrific, distorted. It's sickening.
What did you? How dare you, you pagan wretch! You would steal this holy lance for your own vile ends. That alone is treason against the kingdom, you filthy assassins.
Assassins? Then we're in good company. That night, you were the one behind the attack on His Royal Highness. You framed Luis for your crime and banished him from the palace.
Really?
Do you deny it?
How do we prove that?
Precisely the sort of baseless claims I'd expect from desperate sinners.
Baseless, is it? In that case, shall we produce proof of your treason?
You waste your breath. What do your words matter now? The royal family is gone. Luis is dead. Only I remain. And only I am fit for the throne.
You vile traitor!
You call His Eminence a traitor?
Preposterous! The Sanctifex is incapable of such deeds!
Your Majesty Forden, punishment to the disloyal. Charge these ruffians with your divine lance!
Behold, the flock has spoken. Those who defy me are to be executed. Before you die, know that I am in your debt for killing Luis and handing me the crown.
Del, what the hell's going on? I thought the prince's curse was supposed to be off.
It's clearly not. The prince's assassination, the whole lot. It was all the Sanctists. It was all that bastard pulling the strings from the start. Wait, is that...
You! Identify yourself!
I knew it. I knew it! I fucking knew it!
Who are you?
We're at a festival. Should we not be festive? I've come to meet you, Forden.
Luis? Impossible. How could you have survived?
He did fake his death.
Not that it matters. It falls to me to finish the job, then. Coming here sealed your fate. Hell awaits, and this time I'll make sure you stay there. Face your divine punishment!
It's the fake! Because it fell off stage! But in the cutscene it was on stage!
It appears your sins outweigh mine.
What have you done?
That lance is counterfeit, just like you. This is the true lance.
You snake, Luis.
Ah!
Did he just kill Sanctifex Forden?
No. Impossible.
Nothing to see here. The festival is cancelled. Cancelled.
Del, Lord Luis is alive.
What's going on?
Good people, you have heard the truth with your own ears. Forden was the vile mastermind behind the prince's assassination. For casting his sins upon me, for seeking to usurp the throne, I have passed due judgment. A tainted Sanctifex is unfit to rule. What's the matter? You seem lost for words.
We killed you.
But you're supposed to be dead.
In a sense, yes.
Then how? How are you alive? Forden's own attendant confirmed your death.
Forden's attendant? You mean that fellow?
No! Zorba?
How the hell did
Back
you
at the
survive?
Grand Cathedral, I ordered the dead to recover my body if the need arose.
I had always intended for Forden to die by my hand, and the first step in his downfall was Zorba's infiltration.
Impossible. The lance pierced you through your very breastplate!
It did indeed. And frankly, I'm still impressed. Few could land such a decisive blow against me. But I'm afraid fate was on my side, not yours.
Mortal anatomy is my speciality. I knew at first glance that the wound was deep, but the heart was intact. Lord Luis is destined for far greater than this.
So they used necromancy on the... Oh my...
So I devised a plan. I would proclaim his death and deceive both Forden and his flock. After that, it was simply a matter of magically regenerating his flesh overnight. Only a fool would expect him to die in such a place.
I could have emerged as soon as I'd healed. But where's the theater in that? Today is a day of celebration. The least I could do is offer a fitting death out of mercy.
Why do you have the real lance? Wasn't it supposed to have gone to Forden?
Wee bit slow on the uptake, eh? I just told you, I was present for the inspection. It was hardly a difficult task to swap out your counterfeit.
So you knew the truth of it? No. Have you always been ahead of us, ever since the moment we thought Zorba dead?
A holy lance, a convincing prop. What does it matter? Had I truly died, it would simply indicate that I was never fit for my ambitions. Power is the only true arbiter. Behold the proof. Forden lies dead, and the lance is in my hand, just as planned.
You let us do as we pleased, even knowing the risks. You're insane!
Indulge me a question. You stole the magic formula from me. Surely you soon learned that it was useless. That's why you then resorted to killing the caster. You were desperate to lift the spell. Is that not so? In other words, the curse's victim still draws breath. For that reason, you sought to kill me even amidst this competition, even with the difficulty of the king's magic in your way. So, His Venerable Highness the Prince survived. Where is he? Speak or die.
Ah!
Please, spare us!
No! Stop! Leave them be!
How quickly the Sanctus break rank and flee. Their flock left to die. This is Sanctism.
No! Stop him!
Out of the way!
What? Why?
Go! Run!
Right. Come now.
Thank you. You protect them. Yet what value do they have to you?
It's not that! This is just wrong! It's wrong, me lords!
I see. So even you two faltered.
Dal!
No! I knew he was gonna fucking die! Ah! Oh, my mouse showed up on screen.
I get it now. Only fair thing in this world is power. With it, you can take whatever you want in this life. Or so I thought.
Tell.
But you know, if all the weak get left behind, who's left to protect them? I've been an idiot. Sorry about that.
I'm so upset.
Stop talking, Del. I see it, you know. Our little diner. Music in the air. It's grand. Look after Lady Juna. Huh? Hey. Del? Del!
Pitiful. See what Brotherhood earned them.
I know it's gonna happen, but ah!
Lord Louis, that's what it all comes down to for you, yeah? The strong are right, the weak are wrong. Doesn't matter what you were born into, there's fairness in that. We saw you as our hope. We thought that if you had a proper strong fella on top, he'd be able to put a stop to all the meaningless discrimination. But we had it wrong. You're no ray of hope. It doesn't matter to you. Killing anyone, it doesn't make you feel unclean. You're the kind of cold-blooded bastards we hate more than anything!
Do not concern yourself with this peon, Lord Luis. With my newfound power, I shall tear them limb from limb.
This way! Guards, hurry!
Step aside. You have important work to do.
Hey! Seize the criminals who murdered His Eminence!
We didn't do it, but we should probably still run. Basilio, come with us!
Shut up! What about Del? You saw what that bastard did to him!
I will not let you die in vain. Your brother didn't do this so you could get yourself killed. For now, please flee with us.
Shite!
Come, make haste.
I'm sad.
Oh, welcome back.
It went about as well as could be expected. We wanted something nicer for his grave, but they told us something like that's reserved for Sanctus tradition.
You can expect little else in Altabri. I apologize for not being present.
We've just gotten ourselves out of the public eye. If we had gone as a group, worst case, we'd have been turned in.
I wish we could have mourned him at his home. It had to happen in the lap of the Sanctus Church of all places. I hear the Parapists typically prefer a more joyful send-off, with singing and celebration.
It's all right. Us soldier kids could never afford to be too picky. Telling you he couldn't choose where to snuff it. The fact that you were there, Lady Juna, that's enough for us.
Basilio.
Best to leave him be for a while. He's just lost the only family he had.
By the way, have you checked the Farsight mirror? The curse might be...
Unfortunately, it still hasn't lifted. Guess that means it was someone other than Forden after all.
But Forden brazenly admitted that he had been the mastermind. Luis was innocent of that crime, at least.
Someone must have cast it at Forden's command. Unless we can find and kill them in time. Damn it all!
We've more pressing problems at hand, don't we?
Now Luis knows the prince is alive. Surely that's far from ideal.
The village is deep in the forest. It's not an easy place to find, even if you're looking. Going to the prince's side could be dangerous, so let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But even if we sought the real culprit, we no longer have any leads to follow.
If I might make a suggestion, perhaps we should visit my sister again. She may have some insight on the Sanctus Church's past. But that's tomorrow's concern.
Eesh.
As for tonight, we could all use some time to rest our hearts and minds.
Oh, look at you, kid. You look near dead yourself.
Tell? What?
Seems you made it out in one piece, though.
Are you alive? But back there, you... Don't tell me you pulled some bloody trick. Just like Luis. Bloody hell, Tell. I thought
Basilio. Sorry. From here on, you're taking the lead.
But why? I can't without you. Tell, I only made it this far because I followed you.
Don't give me that. You're the strong one. Me, I never knew where I was going. Basilio, protect the weak. Swear you'll do it, not for me, but for yourself. If you can do that, I'll always be with you.
Tell...
Don't give me that look. Well, this one's goodbye for now. You ready? Let's hear it, Basilio. You fight. But why?
O Lodestar, ye grief-racked brother, O thou anguished traveler. Thy long stagnant stance hath finally been broken. Now choose thy path.
Not really a choice. It's back to the starting line. This time I'll lead. Ardell entrusted me with this chance. I've got to show him I've got this.
Thank you. Thou hast chosen a noble parting. O Lodestar, whose light reveals the king's own path. Henceforth, thy fears and insecurities are thy light. Awaken!
See you around, Dell.
All right.
Thank goodness! You're finally awake! You were passed out! Don't scare me like that! Not that I can blame you. After all that's happened.
Sir Basilio, there's magla flowing through him. I think it's the same as our power.
It's you lot. From before.
They want to pay their respects for Fidelio.
Ardell. Funny, innit? Maybe this world's not so bad.
Thanks.
All right. Basilio, the badass Spurs are carrying his brother's honor, has become your ally. At what cost?
By God, what in the world is that, lads? It struck down Santifex Forden right before our eyes. That's supposed to be impossible.
And Luis made sure it was a bloody spectacle, before an audience even. The bastard is making sport of it.
We must devise a plan. Otherwise, even if Luis does not sway our supporters, they may lose faith in the church.
Before all else, we must choose a successor. But they need not share Forden's strength.
Are they gonna appoint Godot? Or are they gonna appoint Rella?
I have brought her here.
You requested an audience? Assembled lords?
Rella, we must ask your support.
That's not good.
We would like you to enter the tournament as a formal successor to His Eminence Sanctifex Forden.
This girl? She is your plan?
Have you gone mad? I reject this proposal. If anyone is to succeed His Eminence, it should be me, as his trusted right hand.
See sense. Strength alone means nothing. And without that, you have nothing worthy of the people's loyalty.
No, it's a smart move. It's because people like her because she's the healer, the kind lady. Everybody likes her. So they're but she's just gonna be a mouthpiece to what these four actually want. She's not actually going to be king if she wins.
Rella, will you not speak? Surely you feel what they ask of you is beyond your station.
You are, however, just as bad. You're a jerk. Please shut up.
Well, that is...
You are wise beyond your years, Rella. Surely you understand. What the lost children need now is not a righteous avenger, but a refuge from their fears. The people would flock to a saint who dwells among her people. Already many would rejoice to see you rule as queen. Rella, will you answer their call?
This is all rather sudden.
Of course, you would have our full support. Naturally, we will make arrangements so that the tournament's next round turns in your favor.
Even so, I am unfit to be queen.
Allow me to clarify. This is not exactly a request. Would you rather have that tyrant Luis become king?
Well...
She's gonna be very inaccessible.
Hey, sounds like we've got big news. I just heard from the pack of Sanctists. I figured they'd shove someone up to take Forden's place. But where it is, it'll be Saint Rella. Gonna be an announcement tomorrow.
The mourning for Forden's barely started, and they're already lining up his successor. And Rella, at that. Going for popularity over power, it seems.
They're getting careless. Though, thinking about it, maybe it's a smarter choice than it seems.
Yeah, it's definitely the smarter move. Between her and Godot, she's the better pick. The problem is that if Luis just swoops in and goes, "Alright, you're the successor, prepare to die," stab with lance. Even if she somehow was accepted an official challenge to a duel, she would die.
But say Saint Rella wins against Luis, becomes proper queen and all, gets to do what she wants. Doesn't that tidy this whole thing right up?
No, this can't be her own decision. Just the idea of being queen would put her stomach in knots.
The politicians must be trying to make her their puppet. Perhaps it was an order she could not refuse.
This isn't good. Probably not the best time to talk to her either.
But that's got to mean they're keeping the tournament going, right? Then they'll probably announce the next challenge once Rella's candidacy goes public.
Either way, I don't like it. This is all escalating too fast for my tastes. All the support Forden had campaigned for will likely just go straight to Rella with hardly a dent. If Luis and the Sanctus Church are trying to reclaim the status quo as the two pillars of government, that'll be a tough lead to shake. After all, just lifting the curse isn't going to be enough to restore the prince to the throne.
Indeed. Luis versus Rella. Frontrunner and runner-up, with no ties to the royal family between them. Everyone will see plain that popularity's eclipsed royal right. His Highness himself will have to win this battle on the faith of the people, or his claim to the crown will never be acknowledged.
Which means we may have to publicly announce that the prince is still alive.
Besides which, Luis now knows that His Highness lives. His whereabouts have not been discovered, but the Kingslayer will take up the hunt.
So many obstacles. What do we do?
We have to keep trying to break the curse, but we also need to get people to support the prince's claim to the throne. To move forward, we need to buy time.
Well, I know one way to keep a VIP protected. A classic tactic, really. The military does it all the time. We use a body double. You're supposed to be a dead ringer for the prince, yeah?
Wait, what? Really?
You mean he pretends to be the prince? That's absurd. You realize it's a capital offense to impersonate royalty?
I did think they looked really similar, but how did you know that? I guess because public would think that? I guess as long as they don't find out.
I'm in. As long as they don't find out.
You can't just casually drop an "I'm in" on this.
Adele was right about you being mad. I think we could pull it off, though. The prince has been gone ages. Nobody's in a position to point out differences.
So what? Am I just gonna look different now for the rest of the game?
Wait, just think about this. He's elder. The royal family's Clamar and have been for generations. His appearance would be the least of our worries.
If I may. His Highness the Prince lacks the Clamar horns. Some rumors suggested 'twas not some miraculous feature of the prince alone, but a mark of Elden blood.
That's true. He didn't have horns. I thought it was just that his horns hadn't grown yet, but we've seen children Clamar with horns.
I've heard no confirmation either way myself, but at the very least, 'tis a tale any aristocrat is bound to have heard in passing.
In other words, with an elder claiming the prince's name and a known royal knight to vouchsafe him, we'd have enough plausibility to shake the nobles to their core.
Of course, all this means little, unless our double himself is willing. What say you?
Oh my god. I can't back down now.
I can't back down now.
Wow. You never do, you know?
Your resolve has been challenged many times over, and never have you strayed. I am humbled once more. I pledge my sword to this gambit.
Good. Then we declare ourselves tomorrow, where this announcement's going to take place. Seems like the optimal place to make sure we're heard.
Right then. Looks like I'll have to give the old girl a polish worthy of a prince.
It is the Prince's Gauntlet Runner, and its magic reacts to us. Also, what the fuck is happening? Why is the... Okay. For some reason, everything froze. Or, okay, it froze again? I don't know why I'm frozen. Am I frozen on Twitch? I'm gonna check that. Actually, hold on. Okay, so being tabbed into the game, I can't see any of the preview stuff. So is it that I'm actually frozen? I am. However, you can still hear me and the game is still advancing, so I'm just gonna ignore it until this is over. So deal with frozen me for a little bit.
My cue as well. From here on, it's nose to the grindstone until my magnum opus is finished. Can't let the lad be the only one with his life on the line.
Okay, so it was something with that. What the
Can we talk?
Is it because of the depth of field that was added for that scene? There was like an effect on the camera that was making everything else like take a back seat? I have no idea. Oh no, I'm frozen again. I have no clue what might happen in a situation like this. Once we're done with our preparations in the city, let's focus on tomorrow. But remember, the monks have their eyes on us. Let's keep our shopping to the Blue Sky Bridge area and return to the runner at night. Okay. I guess let me just mess with the system, with the settings or something. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, it's not display, it's graphics. Yeah, my ambient occlusion is off. I guess disabling anti-aliasing might help.
I'm tired.
I didn't do anything! Okay, whatever. Feeling accomplished. We sure did a lot today. I think we deserve a nice long rest. But what if I just leave and go back out? Okay, yeah. There's the king's magic. So we're hiding outside of the city.
What's happened?
Awfully.
And this is the prince's sword.
What are we to do?
Still.
Relics,
All right then.
How do I get to Upper Blue Sky Bridge? Just straight ahead?
Proper aces. Is this it?
Beg pardon? Sawed off.
No, this is... Oh, no, this is Blue Sky Bridge. Good, good, good. Yeah, Fortin's ahead of Luis now. That's definitely something that changed.
You there?
Hang on. Isn't that...
So it seems that the bigger the candidate's face on the rock, the more qualified they are.
What?
The King's Rock still shows Fortin's face. Guess it takes a while to process what happened. You're at the top. You have a huge following. Probably takes a while for the news of his death to reach everyone. But that means Luis is practically in first place. I wonder who the believers of Sanctism will support now. Whatever the case, it looks like the confusion will continue for a while. I can't wait to see the next official rankings.
Yep.
At least we know where we stand. Shall we get back to it?
Whatever should I do?
Damn. Things are going crazy.
Ah.
That's a good weapon.
Now then.
What are you... Runic vestments.
Oh, nice.
Can guard.
Oh, nice.
I forgot. He's actually like in our party now. I kind of want to look at all of his profile stuff since we can. So that's his side profile. I'll stick with these guys for now. Holy shit, maybe not. Oh, I forgot! I'm over-leveled! I fact that I am over-leveled. Okay! Alright, well... I'm thinking we'll do... maybe this arrangement for now. And then... details for Basilio, yeah, there he is. Oh, he's got Warcry! And he's got an axe. Okay. Berserker.
Hey, nice.
Okay. Let's go buy a weapon. Goodness. So much insanity in such a condensed amount of time. Yes, the discount. I want Moscalibur.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Moscalibur. Duskfly staff.
Ooh.
I can't afford anything else. Those are some really cool limiteds. I'm gonna have to... I'm not doing anything... archetype studying wise. Let me go to a magic converter and just...
Well, I guess that's the end.
Where am I? This way. How much to convert all of my magma? Because I'm not gonna immediately have him start studying all the archetypes besides the one he's starting with, because that's not how I'm doing it anymore.
Looking as...
Their motive for collecting magma is... well, it's nothing decent. That much is certain. Hopefully it will at least be of use to you. Thanks to Brigida's magic merchant's markdown, the exchange rate for Magla has greatly increased. Let's exchange. Let me exchange everything. Okay. 700,000 I don't need. I think I can get away with 311 though.
We got a mother of all storms a brewing.
Oh, my fingers are gonna freeze off out here. Sod off.
Well, I guess that's the end.
This cold's giving me brain freeze.
Let's buy some fancy weapons, shall we? I think I'll be able to get away with only 300,000, hopefully. Flame shot. Sure.
That's fine.
Hail shot. Need thunderclap bow. He doesn't need wind sprite katana. More than that. Oh, I should have read the melodious abacus itself is 200k. Well.
All right then. Let's
I'm
head
not
right
manually walking back over there. Let's do another exchange, shall we? It's 200 exact, right? So if I do another... do another 70,000? Okay, I have like 40,000 left. Gives me some extra to work with.
All right then. Let's go.
We can do the armsmith and then we'll check the item shop.
Get yourself.
I'll get the rest of the stuff naturally. I have haven't really been buying items unless it's like the rare, there's only one in the store.
What is it?
Ready?
Greeting.
Okay, you don't really have... I can afford 64 if I buy the individual ones. But ads are playing, so I'll let them go through.
What now?
And I'll be back. Are we gonna have to disguise ourselves? That's the one thing that I'm not fully sure on.
Let's go.
Are we gonna have to, like, try to look closer to what the prince looks like? I just don't know. I also haven't saved in an age, so I should do that.
Sure.
Good night.
Rest well.
Yeah.
Hey, looking like we're all set for tomorrow. Got a minute then. Seeing as I've fallen in with you lot now, there's something I want to clear up.
You.
Just tell me this. Doing all this to save the poor prince, or are you doing it to save the country? I do want to save the prince.
That's...
I want to save the prince.
Hmm?
But all though. Don't care what happens as long as you save his life. You know that ain't the end of it. Can't be.
Hey, mate.
You want to save the country, you're playing a longer game. Got to actually win this race. So if we can't save the prince, you take his place. For good. That means if we win the tournament, you'll take the lie to your grave.
So...
I'm just saying. You declare yourself prince tomorrow and everything changes for you forever. Know what you're signing up for. I'm ready.
Right.
Listen to you. Got guts, that's for sure.
Then...
Well, I'll tell you something myself. I'm not just following you to go with the flow, alright? Or to avenge Del.
Whatever.
Sure, I'm planning on hammering that bastard Luis to the ground. But I'm doing it for the dream. For a world where your birth don't decide your life. And if I'm gonna tag along, that's the world we're gonna live to see. I know it.
Leave it to me.
So just leave it to me, yeah? I've got your back. So long as you're giving this everything you got, so will I. Got a deal, Captain. I'm doing my best. I haven't quite nailed down the inflection that Basilio speaks in. I saw Basilio off, who said he'd prefer sleeping in stowage, and then returned to my bunk. I suppose there are way more than 5 of us now.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oh. Oh, I'm frozen again.
Look, it's that boy candidate. The one who betrayed Luis or killed him or something.
Hold on! I thought it was Sanctifex Forden who got killed.
Think it's both. But hard to say what actually happened. Suppose it's true what they say about Elder. Disaster follows them like an ill wind.
Hello, Loveless. I see you in the background there.
Couldn't get a read on what kind of reputation we had before, but it seems worse than I thought.
Oof, not good.
Once we stand for His Royal Highness the Prince, that will surely change. We have to believe that.
St. Rella is here. The rumors were true.
There she is. Udo looks really happy about that.
Thank you all for joining me, even in the midst of this turmoil. I am Rella Cygnus, of the Crown Theocracy. The reason I ask that you all gather here today is so that I may formally announce my succession to His Eminence, the late Sanctifex Forden. I know not if I am worthy, but under the teachings of the noblesse, I am determined to become a worthy king, queen of this land.
The saint herself is to be our queen. Now we are safe. Glory to Sanctism.
Is she allowed to just jump in mid-race like that? Everyone seemed pretty annoyed when Luis did it.
The tournament's winner is not guaranteed the throne. Fairness was never really a factor. Whoever has the skill to exploit the standings will win.
This is true.
Listen to that roar. I think I underestimated my sister's popularity.
Even from here, I can feel her aura of magic. I suppose that's to be expected if she's the land's best mage healer.
From the looks of it, she's perfectly situated to pick up where Forden left off.
I object. Rella, you have no true experience in the political world. And you would rise to Sanctifex Forden's heights. Be worshipped as he was. I refuse. I have been loyal to God and His Eminence Forden my whole life. I am the only one worthy of his legacy.
Master Godot, truly I do see the truth in your words. However, this is also the will of the Crown Theocracy.
Friends gathered here, do you really believe such a person is fit to be queen? Once the nation has dissolved into chaos, it will be too
Val,
late.
you're okay.
Appoint me as champion of Sanctism, and I will save you all.
Not sure about that. We know your name, but honestly, you don't have much in the way of real accomplishments.
The man has no charisma. If I had to choose, I'd rather follow Saint-Rella in all her glory.
And they say Sanctifex Forden killed the prince, too. If that's true, then I don't know if I'd trust his closest vassal with the throne.
Friends, I...
Is that Luis's gauntlet runner?
Uh-oh.
As usual, I find you all embroiled in pointless conflict.
What is your business here?
For the sake of those mired in your endless, fruitless squabbles, I have come to propose we give truth to this competition.
What truth?
The people's eyes have been opened. This entire tournament is a self-indulgent travesty of the Sanctus Church's making.
Oh my god, the King's Rock is already showing Rella's face.
First the king, and now you dogs of God. Why do you teach the people lies? You preach that true understanding is mutual and blind to the balance of power. Ignorant, willful or otherwise, to the sin and weakness that your lessons breed. Face the truth. Our world is lawless, and your efforts have done nothing to quell the chaos. It is time we were judged only by our abilities. Victory means nothing unless won by skill, and it is no less true for the throne.
Skill? What skill would you put on display?
I see no more reason to forbid the killing of candidates.
You would have the race decided by violence. And I suppose you believe yourself capable of personally reversing the king's magic.
You were literally there, dude!
Impossible.
Oh, King! You have witnessed our trials, have you not? You have seen a divine relic used to defy your shield and claim lives! The lance rests in my hand. With its power, my victory is assured. But surely you would not see the race decided by such injustice. And neither would I. I will not give voice to the lie that this world is subject to any god's reign. Would you, O great king?
What is his aim? If he has the key to certain victory in his hands, why cast it aside?
Never takes what he doesn't win. That's Luis to the core. He means every word he says.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, having
When you're clawing up from the bottom and you hear him talk like that, you can't help but dream. And then you never realize. Only a madman claims lies and contradictions won't exist in their world.
Louis Guillerburn, what manner of life has this man lived to make him such a creature?
He says that, but with that lance, he could kill any candidate he pleases, couldn't he? He killed Sanctifex Forden, and now threatens Saint Rella. No! Your late Majesty, please speak!
Do not fear, my people.
Also, I love the crowd of general, like, regular NPCs, and then the only candidate besides us, Rella, and Luis is Loveless. I don't see any of the others in the crowd.
Even should Louis claim all the power he desires, I will not be so easily conquered. Even should our nation dissolve into anarchy, I will always stand to defend you.
Sister.
I expected little else of Forden's loyal pet. It seems there is more to the saint than vapid, empty benevolence. Come, O King! There can be no more doubt. The masses desire a truly fair battle. One waged without your shackles.
Gosh, he's doing it!
Be this thy course. Thou wouldst rule by strength alone.
Oh, hey, look, it's me!
He's talking!
Like when he first rose.
I killed Forden, yet has my standing fallen at all? Surely you would know. This petty race limps forward, while the land is further flooded with anxiety and monsters. You have left us an age of strife. You are powerless to stop it. And in your place, fool king, I will restore the balance and right this land's wrongs!
So be it. They who remain seeketh a clash without hindrance. Very well. Now and hereafter, my magic shall no longer protect thee.
Dang it! No, Val, you're okay.
Face this as a trial renewed. If ye would be a true king, then I bid thee prevail.
Damn!
You see that light just now?
The magla flow surrounding the candidates has disappeared. The protection of the magic is no more.
The royal magic's protection has faded away.
Then this lance of dragons is no more than an antique spear. Children lost in Sanctism's shadow! The fog of deception has finally cleared. There is no God. Think hard on your salvation, and whether you'll find it in prayer.
No. He would even deny us our prayer? It's true. His Majesty has broken the spell. If it has come to this.
You know it was not I who laid the prince low. Which means that if you oppose me still, it is for the throne, and nothing more. I can finally face the real you. A near-death invalid has no place upon the throne. The mere suggestion is ludicrous. You do well to follow the king's example and abandon the folly of your ideals.
Here we go!
To cast aside all we've fought for would accomplish nothing. We too strive for a vision. Luis, you will never take the throne. The rightful heir stands before you. Look upon our candidate and know his true claim. He is the legitimate son of his late Majesty.
We didn't even dye our hair gray? Come on.
Last heir to the throne of Uchronia.
But I
His
suppose,
Highness,
yeah, it's like the prince never had like a
himself
name.
has risen to vanquish evil. For his people, he defies the pain and suffering of the curse he endured.
His Highness the Prince? What? That's a lie. His Highness? He has already passed.
His Highness the Prince. They're mad, the lot of them. That boy's an elder.
Indeed he is. 'Tis the very proof you seek. Anyone who truly knows His Highness himself will see what this means.
Indeed. There is no denying it.
Rella?
Sister? I saw for myself when I personally treated His Highness. They'd warned me against revealing it to the public, but the time for discretion
Yeah, he doesn't
is
have
past.
Kamar horns.
His Highness the Prince has elden blood coursing through his veins. His Majesty told me that the boy's birth mother was an elder woman.
The Prince was an elder?
Enough of this absurdity.
You! The Prince! A bold gambit to reveal yourself before both Rella and I. Indeed, I have no retort. After all, he's been dead so long, nobody could say otherwise. Fine then, so be it. This marks the true battle between those who would fight for the throne. Wouldn't you say, Your Highness?
He clearly doesn't believe us at all.
Face your unworthy ideals and come to terms. I shall await at the royal capital to meet the one left standing.
With Luis in the lead, he no longer has to concern himself with the other candidates, especially those who aren't a direct challenge. I secure the abandoned Drakodios. Woo! I can just use it, it's just a weapon. Let's fucking go. Oh my god, in the top 3. My support has increased dramatically now that I've announced I am the prince, and I can't let the people down.
Rella, Forden's legacy is rightfully mine. It won't be long before this conflict turns violent. Do you really think you have what it takes to fend off Luis?
His art looks angry, but his model, his 3D model looks terrified. He looks scared to me.
You were head of the guards and you failed to protect Santifex Forden. You want to talk? Please step down.
And you think yourself my better, do you? If it's a contest of strength you want, we can settle that right here. My magic. Nothing's happening. What's going on?
Please, do not cause further distress to the devout. I ask once more, stand down.
That's the curse.
Did you see that? Those were thorned vines. But that's...
Sister. Children of God, I know the burdens you bear. I see the fear and anxiety that weighs heavy upon you. But rest at ease, my beloved
She hasn't been
citizens.
talking...
Sanctism is and shall
Other than
ever
that
be
one
your
trip up about the
fortress.
king and then going,
Know that I
queen,
will
she hasn't
protect
been...
all of you. Pray with me now.
She hasn't been super stumbly.
Closure.
Oh my god, this might not actually be her or something. Something's wrong. Something's up. Oh, something is so wrong.
She's right. Saint Rella can even heal our country. As long as we believe in her, we shall know peace.
Saint Rella, closure.
Be careful. I sense Magla. There's something beyond rhetoric in her words.
Oh,
There's
hey, there's another
definitely magic
candidate.
there.
What's up, Rudolph?
Sister, what have you done to everyone?
I'm lifting their fears and anxieties. I can take yours too. With enough devotion, you can lock your anxieties away and they shall never trouble you again. Sanctifex Forden saw Sanctism as only a tool. A means to exploit the people, abuse his authority, and mask injustice as piety. And yet, even then, did this twisted form of Sanctism save no unfortunate souls? What makes salvation true? Luis claims that there is no God, that true equality is only earned in pitiless competition. Are the believers fools to fear his words?
Saint Rella.
I will save the people of this land in the truest sense. They shall live with no worries, no anxieties. Now and forevermore.
But through magic? You forced the fears out of their very hearts. 'Tis no salvation to strip them of free thought.
Perhaps not. But this country has bled them of it for too long. Besides, what makes you any more fit to speak of rightness? You claim he is the prince. The real prince is surely at death's door, isn't he? After all, your efforts did nothing to lift the curse. I've told you before. The prince's curse was crafted to perpetually draw upon the caster's magic. I know he suffers, because I yet live.
Wait. Surely you can't mean... No. You healed His Highness. It was only by virtue of your presence that he survived that night.
Oh, was I not clear enough? Allow me to clarify. On that night, it was my back that your blade carved across.
This isn't good. There's magic flooding this place.
Keen senses indeed, to be capable of seeing all this.
My goodness.
No! Why? Sister, you can't have! You were only 12 summers old then.
I was. And Luis was only a boy. All the better for any
Yeah,
witnesses
because that's
to
right. They were
suspect
like, oh,
him
they
of
were a
the
very
crime.
young person.
Yet I was interrupted in casting. What would have been a fatal curse became something unorthodox and incomplete. A spell with no formula. Even I could not dispel it. All you can do now is kill the caster. As heiress to the Sanctis Church's legacy, I will never hand over the royal scepter. Not to Luis, nor to you. Juna, I will await you amidst our dearest memories. Find me where the failures of the Sanctis Church lie buried. A place I'm sure you know well.
Isn't that a...
That's a teleporter. Yeah.
Halt! I will not let you escape. You've ruined everything. The church.
He just looks so
my authority,
scared.
Everything.
Why do you look so scared, Godot?
You will never leave this city alive. I am Guido, of the warrior monks, and in God's name, I condemn thee!
Oi! They're calling in the cavalry! We've got incoming runners, plural! We need to get out of here!
Ah!
Norris, swiftly!
Lost it, I know! Who put this cliff here?
What about the teleportation? That takes time we don't have.
We've got nowhere to go but up into the sky.
So we do.
I knew it!
That's what we'll do. We fly!
I knew it!
Wait, you're saying...
I finished preparations long ago. Time was something I had in surplus.
Then?
But if it fails, it's curtains for us. We all die here. You hear me?
I trust you.
We're dead if we don't move either way.
I agree. He speaks true.
Just take us up already. We've all flown before, right?
Except me.
Eurus! Is this not your dream? Then bring it to life! Here and now!
I'll do it. I'll take you with me beyond the sky!
What the?
Not yet. Trust your technology, Eurus. It's time.
Oh, that's so cool, though.
Let's fly!
Possible. It can fly.
Yeah! We're flying like a bird with wings and all.
Hell yeah!
See that? How do you like that?
My ears are popping.
This might take some getting used to.
He's so excited about it. I'm so happy for him.
Take that, world! I've really done it! Look at her! That's my sky runner!
After that drop, I thought we'd die even if we didn't crash. Now that we're past the worst of it, it's actually smoother than I thought.
A bit of faith, my dear.
You're telling me that tiny patch is the city? It's like a child's toy. Seeing it like this, it's easy to imagine the people as little dots, huddling together in fear.
Phew, that was terrifying. I'm just glad it flew okay. Don't you think?
Aren't you flying anyway?
Aren't you flying already? Why should you be worried?
What's that supposed to mean?
Ha! Don't go poking the bear fairy, my lad. Really, I'd never have done this without you giving me the push I needed. Thank you.
So, about our next move.
We must pursue Rella as soon as possible. His Highness is running out of time.
Where did she say she was going? Where the failures of the Sanctus Church lie buried?
My guess is the Mage Academy, or what remains of the place. Nobody goes near it now. I was a student there myself once.
You don't say. No wonder you're so knowledgeable about magic.
For a dropout, I suppose.
The Royal Mage Academy, then. 'Twas known as the finest school in the kingdom for magic research.
Lady Julia, I've got to ask. What was St. Rella like back in your school days? The way she was acting earlier, all cold? That the real hair?
No! It can't be. I don't want it to be. Maybe I just never knew the real her. That was the first I've ever seen her like that myself. I keep thinking, if she'd just quietly taken over for Forden, we could have helped each other out. Even if she inherits the Sanctifex's authority, she's nothing like Forden. She'd never want to hurt anyone. That's not her. I thought she wasn't like that. Now she's saying she was part of this conspiracy? She attacked the prince? No, it doesn't make any sense.
Then we've got to get to her fast as we can. We know where she is, yeah? You just gotta tell her everything you just told us.
That would be prudent, yes. But Captain, a reef for your thoughts, lad. If she is truly the culprit, then the curse will persist so long as she lives. This means we will have to kill her. Are you up to the task?
Juna, would you prefer to stay behind?
I can't afford to. Look, if at the last minute I can't face it, then you can leave me where I stand. I'm prepared enough for that.
Lady Juna.
What's the matter? It's plain to see something's bothering you.
Oh, no. It's nothing specific. It's just that... something's felt wrong somehow. Ever since I sensed the Saint's Magla. I'm sorry. It's hard to explain.
No.
Please pay me no
No,
mind.
it's worth exploring, but I guess if she can't put it to words quite yet. Still, I've marked the location of the Mage Academy ruins on the map. Caleb will be waiting for us when we land. I never wanted it to come to this. Ready for a fight. When I'm prepared for battle, I should check the location on the map. Ugh. I have a lot of memorandums to read. Oh! Ah! I can't make it.
Let's not.
Maybe later. Okay, fine. Well, let me read all the memorandums. Alright. The royal magic protection rescinded. Drakodios, which has the power to break through the royal protective magic, was obtained by the top-ranking candidate, Luis. With this development, the former king realized that the protective magic is no longer served a purpose and lifted it altogether. As a result, it has become possible to use force in the fight for the throne. Though Luis is no longer protected, it is necessary to remember that Zababi isn't either. The truth of the curse's formula. Luis was not the one who cursed the prince. Naturally, there was no way he constructed the curse either. The formulas found in his private chambers were merely a collection of attempted analyses of curses he had accumulated in trying to clear his name after being blamed for the prince's attack. He still wants to kill the prince, now at least. On Basilio. He fully trusts Fidelio's cautious choices, but conversely, Basilio has good instincts that his brother does not share. His decisiveness deriving from those instincts has saved the day on multiple occasions. Though he loses his temper more easily than his older brother, wearing his passion on his sleeve often reveals how deeply he cares. Fidelio. A wary man, unusually calm and wise among his Parapus tribe. However, he places little value on his own life, and despite his caution, he would readily choose to sacrifice himself for the sake of the big picture. Yeah? Damn. Well, a lot happened in these 4.5 hours. But,
No.
I think, considering there's still more, and it's just going and going and going, and it's 11:30 for me, I should probably stop. It was exciting, though. Lots of craziness occurring. But I can't keep going because I'm sure it'll end up taking, like, another several plus hours. This is a good stopping point. There's a little rest before we dive right into more craziness. So, thank you, YouTube, for watching, and goodbye!